What's going on, guys? It's Skull and Bow today. The Skull and Bow 322.
It's a special edition of Illuminati Church.
Special edition is right. So what's going on with these shootings, Bo?
That's a great question, man. This month, there has been what seems to be an epidemic. First, we got the University of Oklahoma, where they did fake shots fired. They called it in, fearmonger style. Oh my God, I think somebody farted, and now it might be poison gas. Gotta call the SWAT team, and this tank thing. And then on the other side of it, at Purdue University here, they were questioning their professors because the shooting actually happened, and a bunch of professors were like, oh no, we still got to continue on with our lesson today.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like some
That's
of them
pretty
were,
wild.
and the students were the ones doing the fear mongering, like, hey, Professor Foodstamp, listen, aren't we supposed to have some kind of thing to do? Some kind of protocols? And he just kept on teaching about economics.
That's pretty strange. I remember when I was in high school and 9/11 happened. For some reason I was like the only school in town that I went to the only school in town that didn't get canceled and stuff and everything like that. I was kind of pissed off. But go ahead, carry on.
Oh, that sucks. Just the one school stayed open. Oh man, oh man.
Yeah.
But yeah, then we had the Columbia Mall shooting. I guess there was some victims here. So yeah, when it comes to we're getting a good start off to the year. A lot of propaganda going on. There's plenty of shootings to go around, it seems. Fuck.
Yeah, a lot of them get blown out of proportion. There's been actually a few here. A teacher got killed here in town a little while back. I'm not sure if you saw that on the news. Some kid just pulled a gun out in class and was going to shoot another kid, and the teacher jumped, and took the bullet and died. That happened here.
Man, oh man.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. A lot of that stuff happens, but some of them you'll see get blown out of proportion. Some of them will get the most media attention, and they cherry pick them a lot.
I didn't realize I was showing everything in mirror image. Dang it.
Mirror image?
I guess so.
Do you have the option to do that?
I gotta fix that. I don't know why I did that. So when I'm showing text on the screen, trying to read it to you, but it's all mirrored. Did it show up that way on you, for you?
I don't even know where you're reading the text from. Hold on. I can barely even use this shit. Group chat, whatever. Where's your text showing up at?
Oh, I was playing back on the YouTube channel, and I saw my mouse scrolling around my web browser, and all the text is backwards. I didn't do that shit for. Why didn't you tell me? Yeah, put that
well, I guess I'll start on what I was gonna talk about. I'm really not here to have beef with anybody. I actually here's the thing is I like all these people here on YouTube, and they all have beefs against each other, and then I always gotta end up taking someone's back and doing this and that, and I don't really want to do that anymore. If people have beef with each other, that's cool or whatever. I don't want to pick sides with that. I just kind of want to be here and do my thing, because there's a lot of people that I like here on YouTube that don't like each other, and it just kind of sucks like that, you know what I mean? You feel me, Bo, on this? Or no?
Yeah, the way I do it, I like having fun, so sometimes I'll mess with people. I'll talk shit just for fun's sake, or I'll make a goofy video about them, things like that. But in the end, I'm not really mad at nobody. I don't want to be mad at nobody. To be honest, I don't see how I could get mad at somebody on the internet.
Right.
Only time I get really mad at somebody is if they rip me off, or if I'm relying on them to do something and they stand me up or blow me off. That kind of stuff I get mad at. But we're all just guys in boxes here on a computer screen. How mad can we make each other?
Yeah. I don't really think it gets views like a lot of people say that it does too, like this internet beef stuff. Like, cause like I like Econ Recon. I also like Corey C. I also like 12 Gauge Angel. I like King Cole. I mean, I like all these guys, and if they have beef with each other, I just don't want to get in the middle of it. You guys can take your beef somewhere else. And then Randy Lipe. I didn't know that you were still here, Randy Lipe. What's up, man?
Yeah,
How's it
welcome, welcome back around.
Yeah, that's cool. That's why I made the Randy Lipe conspiracy, uh, to get Randy Lipe to watch. I like Randy Lipe too, and then there's people have beef and stuff like that, and I don't really care about none of that. I kind of wanted to talk about what this brought me up to was the COINTELPRO. I'm not saying anyone's a COINTELPRO, but just how the first COINTEL program went. I got a link for it. I'll have to put it somewhere, but it's from the FBI, and this is really interesting. The first counterintelligence program, or counterintelligence program, was to get the mafia to fight with the American Communist Party. Because at no time did they ever have any problem with each other until the FBI started sending letters to the communist newspaper saying, like, it wasn't the FBI, they would fake to be a person. And they'd send a letter to the Worker, which was the Communist Party newspaper, and it would be like, oh, you got to get these loan sharks out of here. They're controlled by the mafia, and they're in the unions and stuff like that. And then the FBI would send a letter to the dock union people, which were the Sicilian Mafia, La Cosa Nostra, and they would do like anti-communist propaganda, like that these communist party is going to try to root out the Sicilian Mafia and the docks things. So basically what they did is they started beef with these two groups who had no beef with each other, and they started going to war with each other, and they got two birds with one stone, basically. And I thought that was I wanted to bring you guys that and let you guys check that out. It's pretty interesting. It's called COINTELPRO on the vault.fbi.gov.
Yeah, that's kind of crazy, man. It's pitting the red team against the blue team, and then sitting back eating the popcorn, watching the war.
Also, it included a black extremist party, which they black out in the documents, because it's kind of like that Project Blue Book. If you guys have ever looked at Project Blue Book, where they're supposed to release all that alien information or whatever, like Kennedy let the information come out, but it's all mostly blacked out. There's a black extremist group that they black a lot of things out on, and it's pretty obvious who that could be. You know what I mean? In that time, it's probably the Black Panthers, but I don't know because it's blacked out. But they pitted them into the thing too, a black extremist group. Let me send you guys a link.
Divide and conquer.
Yeah, that's what it is, and that's why I really I'm not gonna go on here and pick sides on internet beef. Can you see that and link it to them, Bo?
Yeah, I could try. What was it called again?
I sent it to the group chat, but I don't know if they can see the group chat. It's called Project Hoodwink. They hoodwinked them.
Okay, here, I got something. Yeah, it looks like it's only us chatting can see that.
Yeah.
I got it pulled up here. Disclaimer.
Yeah.
The FBI's reading room contains many files of public interest and historical value. In compliance with the National Archives and Records Administration NARA requirements, some of these records are no longer in the physical possession of the FBI, limiting the FBI's capability to re-review. Blah, 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 go away. Oh, hey, yeah, this is some...
It's cool. I like the FBI site just to read these old documents that come out. You can find shit on all the old stuff, really, but nothing recent. Nothing like that's, been in the last 50 years. They don't really release anything. And I think if someone's alive or if something's still ongoing, they'll black it out if it threatens national security or something like that. But it's pretty good information on here. Also, I'm going to talk about a movie I watched called Confessions of an Undercover Cop, right? Have you seen that, Bo?
Confessions of an Undercover Cop?
Yeah, this is pretty interesting. This guy was a cop, right? I'll pull a link to that too so you guys can watch it. This guy was a cop, and he did all these programs um to become an undercover cop, right? And then he started like snitching out on all these people, and he started to advance. First, it was just like small time stuff, like dope dealers on the corner and stuff, and then he would go in and he had a separate identity that he would run around with. And I think he was
Reptilian eyes, uh-oh.
oh, reptile eyes.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's him. Yeah, that's him right there.
He's a
Mark Stone.
reptilian, man. How do you look?
Yeah.
How do you look that way? I could cross my eyes, but I can't have one go right, one go left. How do you do that?
Oh, you know what happened is he used to get his ass beat at protests uh, because he would incite violence and stuff like that. He was an undercover cop, and he would go in and get the protesters all riled up, and then the cops would come whoop his ass. And he was an undercover. He was an informant.
So he's got like a bum eye now to hit him in the eye too much.
Yeah, and here's the thing too. He got so good at this, right? He did it for 20 years that they started putting him in these whatchamacallit, these protests, and they had him act as a vegan environmentalist. And
Oh,
the
jeez.
one, yeah, the one that stuck with me is that they broke into a nuclear power plant, right? And they were planning on turning off one of the stacks, right? If they would have actually pulled it off, well, I mean, he was the one who planned it out, and he brought all the people in, right? And they went to the stack, and they were going to turn it off, but of course he's a cop, so he had already like informed the cops that he was going there, right?
Right.
They all came in, and they got him. But if they would have actually got the stack to turn off, do you think that would have caused like a nuclear disaster?
Like another Chernobyl.
Yeah. And this is the doings of the own like police and stuff like that. But this is how he gets exposed, right? Is that they all go to court, right?
Mm-hmm.
Even this girl he's in love with and is in love with him, they all go to court, and what happens is he's the only one who gets his case dismissed, and then everyone's like, "Oh, narc, that guy's a snitch, right?" And he's an undercover cop, right? So now he's exposed, right? And he can't do it anymore because everyone knows he's a cop. And what happens after this is he tries to go get another job from the police, right? As an officer, but all the work he did was under an alias that didn't exist, right? A fictional person who didn't exist, this Mark Stone guy. And the cops told him he had no experience. That's a trip, huh?
It's like the fiction we gave you. You haven't had a job in 25 years, so what do you?
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly what happened. And that's why he made that movie. It's kind of interesting. And you can also tell kind of what he's lying about still in the movie because you can tell he's acting in certain parts.
I gotcha.
So there's some pretty interesting stuff. Should I pull up a link for that if people want to watch it? I guess I kind of blew the whole thing for everybody.
Spoiler alerts.
Yeah.
Yeah, is it like a free view thing you see on Top Documentaries or YouTube
Yeah,
or
it's
something?
on topdocumentariesfilms.com. I like that website, but you got to be skeptical on a lot of stuff on there because when you watch a documentary, they usually have an agenda to push. You know what I mean?
Ooh, look at you! It says the owl is a racist. The YouTube warriors are going down. And here's Alan Watt Resistance. Interesting username, YouTube Jihad. Oh, I'm sure. Oh, now I'm
Alan
sure.
Watt, dude. Is this the real Alan Watt? because, dude, I didn't know. I thought like as some like I like Alan Watts stuff, right? And I usually see people who just like rip off his stuff and upload the video over it of his stuff, right? And I click on your thing, dude, and it looks like you're really Alan Watt. If you're
Well,
really Alan Watt, that's cool because I've uh, I've never thought that someone that I wanted to talk to was listening to me. You know what I mean? I could be wrong too. This could be another Alan Watt person uploading Alan Watt stuff without his permission or whatever. But I like Alan Watt, man. I dig his stuff. It's pretty cool.
well, even if you're not the real Alan Watt, you're as cool as Alan Watt.
Yeah.
Look, he even called out the owl as retarded. Is that you, Cole? So wait a minute, why I gotta be Shil Gorin, man? It's all the Freemasons, dude. You know what I'm saying?
I wonder who that could be.
Ain't you a pretty devil whore, satanic bimbo? Do you suck dice off? Here we go. But I do find it interesting that Call was on all these Google Hangouts with me, and never like went to like my website to find out kind of my position on everything. Because I run,
Yeah.
you know, I'm a moderator on a pro NWO website, dude. So, so when you say Freemasons are sick fuckers, you know, a Freemason, my brakes went on my car, right? And my cousin's a Freemason. He brought me some brake fluid, man. So they're cool with me right now.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of things that are, above Freemasonry. Freemasonry is kind of like an old hat of control. There's a lot of groups that you got to be worried about besides the Freemasons. Like a lot more powerful groups that you could be tripping on besides the Freemasons, such as like the Serco group who controls everything. Um, I don't know. It's just a retarded owl speaking. Don't mind
Silver
me.
Silver Owl is paid by the FBI.
Yes, Cole, I am.
JK, gays are cool, but are you a faggot? Oh no, here's Mephisto. I'm the real Alan Watt.
Who is Alan Watt Resistance?
Yeah, I'm sub to Alan Watt Resistance, and I've seen him around a lot of the video people that I frequent and stuff, and he's talked on my stuff. And then Alan Watt?
How do you see the comments on here? This would be kind of funny.
Oh, I got the YouTube video up in a different tab, and I got the video paused, so the comments are just kind of streaming in, but they're like delayed, unfortunately.
Oh, boo. Boo, boo. All right.
Yeah, I guess. Yeah, what does this have to do with Randy Lipe, Mr. Silver Guitar?
Did you guys miss it? I was talking. That was in the beginning of the show. I talked to you guys that I didn't know Randy Lipe was still around. I like Randy Lipe. I guess all these people missed the first part of the show. They're still talking shit.
I tuned in to hear about Randy Lipe.
Yeah, they just come in, start talking shit, and miss the whole first half. Thanks, guys. Thanks.
Yeah, but with all these school shootings and mall shootings and fake school shootings, I think this is the year of Gonzo, man. You got Justin Bieber getting himself arrested so they can get back on TV. Yeah, it's the year of Gonzo.
You know what is totally weird, Bo?
Mm.
What's weird is that Mark Dice has completely unblocked me. I can comment on his channel, rate on his channel. I'm totally unblocked from Mark Dice.
All right, he wants to be friends.
I mean, actually, to tell you the truth, I kind of like Mark Dice's, like, the last few videos he did. If you guys have seen them, like, on constitutional rights and stuff like that. And
You know, I haven't watched them, but they do show up in my feed, and I saw the topics, and I'm like, whoa, that's actually not Christina Aguilera wears leather. Holy shit.
Yeah. Pretty interesting.
So who knows? Maybe Mark Dice is going to take himself up to a new level.
Well, it would be good if Mark Dice used his platform that he's on right now to actually go over like rights and stuff like that, and some of these laws, codes and laws. How about that, Corey C? How about that? Codes and laws. What's the difference between a code and a law? I don't know. You guys figure it out. Codes and laws. What law is a code? Codes and codes and laws. Fictional law. Fictional world.
Well,
Who breaks?
in a position where it's not human nature and nature's laws and things, just codified, when it goes beyond that, when it's kind of like, because where I live at, they just came out with this thing where it's $1,500 fine if you're busted throwing a cigarette butt out your car window.
Right. And that would be a code. You wouldn't be breaking the law. You'd be breaking a code. Right? Am I right?
Yeah, every time I break codes, I never pay them. I just say, hey, put it on the books, you know? I go into court and use every different variance of my name I can, so I'm like 10 different people on the books there at the courthouse. Use my mom's old address and my dad's old address and my brother's address and my address on the one that's a good one, and, you know.
It's pretty, like, I'm not the most educated person to talk about that stuff, but I know R. Wayne Show knows about it. Randy. Is that Randy?
Looks like Econ and Recon busted out Alan Watt Resistance's real identity, man.
Who is it?
It's the fucking G for the T.
That's funny.
I'm going to be working on a video tonight I'm going to put up about back during World War II and stuff, you know, how they used a lot of Morse code and shit to, to communicate. And it was back then when they didn't know what it was like kind of a secretive thing, doing Morse code over the air. But what they didn't tell you is that they also used spectrogram stuff, which sounds like a FM radio. You know, when you have an FM radio and you put it like in between stations and you just hear a bunch of noise?
Uh-huh.
Like it sounds just like that, but if you like record it to a tape or something and you run it through a spectrogram and it'll form it into a picture. So it could be a document, it could be a code, it could be words, stuff that you could transfer back and forth, and it just sounds like radio static. So I'm putting a video up about that and coming on later on tonight.
Really? Have you seen that thing where like they'll put what do they call that? Starch on a speaker? Starch on like a subwoofer, right? And then they'll start playing like music through it or sounds, and the starch will look like different things. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah. Where like the higher the frequency, it gets like this more and more complex geometric pattern.
Yeah, and then one of them mimics like worms. It looks like worms that are crawling up and down and stuff like that. It's creepy.
I used to have when I was a kid. I had a game that was like a football game,
and
you put the little football characters on it, and you turn it on, and all it did was like the football field. It was a piece of metal that just vibrated, so the football players would just like go randomly running around in circles because of the vibration. Any of you guys ever had a game like that or seen a game like that where it's like a vibrating way back in like 1985?
A vibrating game?
Yeah, you put it's a football field. You put a bunch of little football guys on it, turn it on, and the football field like vibrates, and it causes all the little guys to just randomly go around, and sometimes they'll knock each other over and stuff.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Huh.
Maybe I'm the only one who ever had that game. I'm the one guy who bought that piece of junk.
Do you guys remember Rock'em Sock'em? You don't remember that?
Yeah, back when they used to make them good. Now they make them cheap. Now it's like...
They still make them?
Yeah, you'll find them like even the off-brand ones, but instead of the head popping up, the head just falls off. The whole thing falls apart on you because it's cheap.
Oh.
Cheap Chinese construction.
That's the weird thing too. Do you remember back in the day, everyone used to talk shit about American-made stuff, and it was actually like 10 times better than this Chinese-made shit that we have nowadays. You know what I mean?
That's a part of that planned obsolescence, man. Wasn't it? Was it back in the 50s or something? The government made it a law that with light bulbs and stuff, like they had to break down after 10,000 hours or whatever. Like if they didn't, like the company would get fined because they want you to keep moving light bulbs, keep selling, keep selling.
Oh, have you watched that? The light bulb conspiracy?
Yeah, I think that's where I saw it from. Yeah.
It's much better than the Randy Light conspiracy. I'll tell you that. Well, anyway, it's about how things are built to break at a certain time frame, and how companies invest money to where they don't want a product to last. And like some of the cell phone screens, this is kind of an old movie, so some of the stuff might be outdated in it, but you ever had like a cell phone, you dropped one, like a smartphone, and it's shattered, like the screen's just completely shattered? Well, it's designed that way when it hits a certain temperature that whatever like friction it gets, it'll start to shatter and break apart. And then light bulbs are, built to only last a certain time, and things like that. That's in the movie. I think you can find that in topdocumentaryfilms.com as well.
Even even laptops, they put a thermal detonator in there, and it's meant to. What they tell you is meant to do is if the computer gets too hot, it makes the computer turn itself off so that it doesn't catch on fire. But all it really does is just a planned obsolescence. Like you had it for a while, that thing pops off, and then it's done. And then even though the computer costs like $300, it's like $800 to replace that part.
Right, and there's certain things that I think that's the thing that you can actually take out, right? Don't they go over that in the movie? You can take that piece out, and that won't happen, and your product will actually last longer.
Yeah, they had a thing about the printers where, like, a hacker wrote a little program that hacked the printer to fix it, so it would, because it would say it can't print anymore. Like, this is beyond its printing capabilities, and it acts like it's broke, but there's actually a program in it that's meant to break, and the hacker wrote the program to fix it.
Huh.
The Daystar, Lucifer. When are we going to start worshiping Lucifer?
I think we should actually start worshiping Google Plus on the Hangouts, and you know what I mean? Google's weird, dude. Google's got my voice. Google's got everything on me, and you guys too.
They got everything on me, man.
So we need to do a ritual for Google or something, We need to appease this demigod. It actually isn't. I don't know. I'm starting to get a little. I'm drinking wine right now, guys.
No wonder chicks love football because of the vibrating toy.
So, yeah, we had a lot of people flake out. King Cole, we're letting you sit out because Randy Light MK Ultra'd you. We gotta wait till that wears off.
Wait till your spell wears off.
Yeah, we're all cool with you, King Cole. Just relax, man. Just relax. We don't want to have beef with everybody here on the internet. Just like the video you made, we actually would like to all work with each other. I mean, that's what I was talking about in the beginning of the video, guys. If you missed that, if you're here or whatever, I don't know. I can't read the comments right now. Where are the comments? How do I do this, Bo?
Go to your YouTube video of it.
Oh, okay.
And then make sure to pause it, and then. And they'll be there, yeah. Yeah, because the owl was retarded saying that we were crying because we lost our AdSense. I didn't lose my AdSense, but I'll tell you what, I did have a story about AdSense because I had a video up about a year ago or so, and it was getting like 500 views a day, and it was reaching like 60,000, 70,000. It was getting close to 100,000 views for this one video, and I had AdSense on it, so the money wasn't. I was getting regular payments and stuff.
Dude, why do people think that like AdSense you become some like multimillionaire off AdSense? Like it's so hard to make money on AdSense, you know what I mean? It's pretty
Yeah,
it's
I mean,
pretty
even when you think you're doing good, because like that, I was doing okay. I mean, it wasn't like I couldn't pay my rent with it and shit, but I mean, it was coming. But then a guy came out of nowhere and did like a copyright flag on my video,
mhm.
but it was fake. It was he wasn't a copyright holder either. It was one of those false flags, and I challenged it and he rescinded. But ever since then, man, if I try to put AdSense on something, it's even my music video, even my music ones where it's just me, my own music doing it. There, it goes through this process. They like email me like we need all the documents, we need the copyright approvals, and they don't let me just put it on anymore. Yeah.
Oh, Alan Watt Resistance says, "Where's the two anus guy?" I don't know where Mr. Video Night went today.
Yeah, as far as I knew, he was coming. Yeah, you said he was talking last night to you, right?
Yeah, I don't know what happened. Um, I do not know.
He must have not paid his internet bill. Oh. Well, I don't know, Mr. Video Night, if you could do it there in Denmark like you do it in the United States, you could just go over to McDonald's or the library and get some internet there for free. For free.
Who got a retarded owl? The owl was retarded. A retarded owl. That's pretty funny. Oh, oh, Shag Dice's wife. Who? Mephistos shagged Mark Dice's wife.
Is she hot?
Does he even have a wife? Because he's always talking about like how pissed off he is about the De Beers diamond thing. I ain't buying my wife a diamond. Fuck that.
Oh, he shagged his wife in Morse code. I got it.
If you're looking for a good book on the Templars, buy Born in Blood. Thanks, Alan. I went to the Templar Church last year. Why don't you come on the show, Alan Watt Resistance? Come on, yeah. Should we invite you in right now? You want to come on?
Yeah, send the invite.
Yeah, I'm sending you an invite right now. Because I want to figure this.
Born in Blood, The Lost Secrets of Freemasonry by John Robinson.
Invite.
Born in Blood.
Get that, Alan. Get that. I sent you an invite. You're on. You're live. Once you click on it. Because that would be cool. I don't know, I have to figure out, I don't know. I'm going to feel stupid if it's not really Alan Watt.
No, he already said he wasn't. He said, no,
yeah.
I'm not the real Alan White.
Okay.
Oh, that's a fancy hand sign.
Blood. Nice. What are you looking at, Bo?
Google Images, but I got to turn it off now because it started showing some nudity.
Oh, nudity on Google Images.
It's too easy these days, man. These kids don't have a chance to avoid nudity. Even Google Images is doing it.
Yeah. Yeah. You got that, Alan Watt Resistance? Come on.
You know you want to click it.
Yeah, you know you want to click it.
Oh, he said he has no mic. Shit.
Oh, come on. I'm ready to hear a Scottish guy come on here right now and enlighten us on church. Come on, man. Talk through the back of your speaker.
It
I
worked.
used to, yeah, I used to do it on all my old videos. That's why my sound sucks on all my old videos, is because I would talk through the back of the speaker, and it comes through just like a microphone, so you can do it. You can do it, man.
Uh-oh. You got the I was retarded trying to call out Corey C.
Uh,
The drama continues.
yeah, we don't do drama, right? What does Raw Dog say? Drama. I don't do drama. We ain't here to do drama, guys.
So wait, so Alan Watt resistance because he's English and not Scottish, that means he likes to invade people and kill them for no reason? What kind of invasion are we talking about here, huh? Some cavity invasion?
Hold on, I gotta go back to this comment section. This is cool. The comment section is kind of interesting today. So why you like invading people and killing them for no reason? Or killing for no reason. Al is retarded. Corey C is a coward and will not confront me. I'm English, not Scottish. Sorry. uh, I have no mic. Come on, man. Come on, man. Yeah,
Likely story, dude. I got no mic. I got no nothing.
I would be stoked if Alan Watt Resistance was really Alan Watt. Even if you're not, you probably know a lot of shit that would be good topic for Illuminati Church. So you should come on anyway. Speak through the back of your mic. It'll work, I swear. King Cole taught me that. How about that?
There you go.
Shout out to King Cole. We're just not doing drama on this this one today. No drama. Mephistos says he's got to sacrifice some virgins to the god of tangy tangerines. Yeah. Oh, I was retarded. Who? Well, obvious. I mean, I want to create. You remember the Who's Who book? You guys remember that book that they would try to sell everyone when we were kids, right?
The Who's Who's book?
Yeah. Who's who of this corporation? Who's who of this corporation? Like who's who of Little League Baseball, or who's who of high school sports?
Yeah, I wouldn't buy one of those.
Yeah, no. I want to start selling. I want to sell who's who of YouTube sock accounts.
Here we go. I think I got something here. Let me see here. Oh man, the cops are here.
Oh, wait a minute.
Yeah, that's an interesting game there, that Illuminati card game, because it had stuff that they already knew. It has a card that has Alex Jones and Ron Paul look just like them on it. It's got a card that shows 9/11, even though the game came out in like 1995.
Really? Illuminati card game. Well, obviously these people knew how what was like. I don't know. There's a lot of stuff that you could say has like that 9/11 stuff in it, but I'm kind of skeptical on some parts of it. But you know what's weird is they're building the new buildings, and they're calling it a New World Trade Center, and it's going to be like both buildings will connect at the top. Have you seen that?
No, I saw the building where it was like they twisted it. It was twisted or something.
Well, they're building it right now. It's called the New World Trade Tower, and it's supposed to be one tower, not two, because it's going to be like an arch. It's going to go up and go at the top. You can look up the website yourself.
The New World Trade Center. Of course, they gave that away in Fight Club when they changed the ending. Because the ending of the book is like, it's hard to tell what happened at the end of the book of Fight Club because it kind of left you thinking, did all this happen in his mind or was it real? Because he ended up in like an insane asylum. But then, of course, in the end of the movie, it was, they brought all the buildings down.
What? Okay, I got a conspiracy. What if the owl is retarded? Is Mr. Video Night?
That's a conspiracy veiled in a conspiracy, twisted into.
That is funny. Now that is funny. That is funny. Wait, I think we got you pinned. The owl was retarded. I'm going. I would put my money on Mr. Video Night.
Speaking of the owl, I was watching that old movie the other night, The Fourth Kind or whatever. You seen that, The Fourth Kind? It had like they'd hypnotize them all and try to get them to remember their alien abduction, and they all kept saying it's an owl, but it's not an owl. The owl keeps smiling at me. So what is the owl really representing?
Yeah, and they speak Sumerian, and it's like aliens and stuff, and it has the two split. It's like a split screen movie.
Right.
Is that the one you're talking about?
Yep.
Scared
the shit out of me because the girl, like, her mouth got broke and then her back got broke, and then I realized she was just an actress that does gory stuff. I was like, you're an actor. So they had a dramatization of real footage, which was not actual real footage. So it's like a movie within a movie. But apparently the story itself is real. They just used faked actors, and they used faked actors to play the faked actors.
Huh. I'm just reading comments, guys. Getting a little blitzed. Hey, Alan Watt, do you guys drink in Alan Watt Resistance? Do you drink in England a lot? I know I drink a lot over here in Nevada. Are you still on? You guys are retarded not seeing who I am? Who? You have to say who. I think, okay, there's got to be a handful of people that the owl is retarded could be. Number one could be King Cole. Number two, it could be Mr. Video Night, because Mr. Video Night isn't here and supposed to be here, but isn't here.
Video Night, are you mad at me, man? Because, last night I was on a Google Hangout with I Must Destroy All and a bunch of those guys, and I know you been watching them and thinking about doing like he does. You know how he wears like a demon mask and his voice is all just not distorted, but like edited, where he looks like a demon, he sounds like a demon.
Okay, the owl is retarded has to be Mr. Video Night. I'm putting that down. Who's who of sock accounts? The owl is retarded. Mr. Video Night. Now,
place your bets.
Our Wayne show. Yeah, our Wayne show. I'm going for Randy Lipe. Randy Lipe is our Wayne show. All right. Our Wayne show. Randy Lipe. Our Wayne. Is it Randy Wayne Lipe? I don't know. The only reason I know this, Randy, is because of your MySpace. And that's how I found that picture. It's your MySpace picture. Sorry, and it has a triangle in it, so it must be a conspiracy, right? Mark Dice would say so. So our Wayne show, yeah, you guys want to put a book? We should start do a little bookie thing on who's who of the who's who of sock accounts, right? Our Wayne show or Randy Lipe. That's my bet. That's my guess, because Randy Lipe knows about some smart shit. Our Wayne show knows about some smart shit. The owl is retarded I'm going Mr. Video Night on that one.
And AW Resistance is either Alan Watt himself or like his brother or something.
Dude, if this was the real Alan Watt, uh, that would be awesome. But now I feel if it wasn't, I'd feel stupid. Al is retarded. We got okay. Al is retarded is Mr. Video Night. Has to be. Has to be. Now we have because I know the thing because there's he already knew the game plan for today. I'm pretty sure the owl is retarded doesn't eat shellfish. That's an indicator.
That's a telltale sign.
Don't worry, you're still my friend. Then we have okay, wait. Here's the new Alan Watt Resistance. The reason why I think this possibly could be Alan Watt is because I went and checked out his, the videos are all Alan Watt videos. Number two, I went to the About box and it has information about Alan Watt. It could be someone else though, just kind of funneling it in there. But I'm gonna go what you call this? It's gonna
go incognito.
No. I'm gonna put my money. Come on, Corey. Tell me the gambling term for this. I live in fucking Reno. I should know it. I'm going all in on Alan Watt. All right, for AW Resistance, because that will pay out more if it really is.
Putting your money on black.
Yeah, put my money on black. I'm gonna go. Actually, one time I was playing roulette and I hit the number that I picked, the color and the number. It was badass. There's a place here that will take quarters on roulette, and I got like $22 or like it was a lot of money off a quarter. I was like, holy shit.
Sweet. Well, here's an Illuminati secret real quick I'll tell you about roulette, right?
Yeah.
You might not be able to do this in a real casino, but you could do it online. What you do, you got to find one that doesn't have a maximum bet. What you do is you bet $1, put it on black. Start off with, you can either do black, red, even, or odd, whichever one's like a 50-50, you know what I'm saying? Put your money on black. Let's start off with black. Put $1. If you win, then of course you win. You win. But if you lose your $1. Bet on black again, $2. If you lose again, bet on black again, $4. So each time double. 1, 2, 4, 8, 16, 32. Eventually what will happen is you'll always win eventually. So if you do that for like 2 hours straight, you'll make like $300. But in the casinos, though, like they know you're doing it, they'll know.
Well, see, that's the thing too. Is if you're at the casinos here in town, it's not illegal. If you say you're playing blackjack, it's not illegal for you to count cards, right? But they will kick you out of the casino for counting cards because the eye in the sky, like you never want to do anything in a casino. They got like their security is top notch there. You know what I mean? You don't see. Well, actually, you do. A couple years ago, the Hell's Angel leader guy got shot and killed in the Nugget.
Yeah.
Did you guys hear about that?
No, but I know if you're in a casino and if you're in a room that doesn't have a camera, that is not the room you want to be in, man.
Yeah. You're exactly right on that one. That's good. That's a good tip.
Now we even got Alex Jones in here, and he's loving King Cole today. Come on, Alex Jones.
Oh, Alex Jones. Come on, man. Watch the beginning of the video, right? Watch the beginning of the video. You guys come in too late. You want to talk shit.
Yeah, quit trying to love on call Alex Jones because you're trying to call your friend. You're going to turn him.
He's still MK Ultra'd.
There's a small window of opportunity to get called over to the dark side. Here's Alex Jones.
Here's what it was: is when I pressed start live broadcast, it was like Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. All of a sudden, this guy was all being cool to me and stuff like that. And then I hit the button. Oh shit, you see this comment shit coming up? Damn, I just gotta, all the comments started, rolling right now.
Yeah, it's weird. Sometimes it'll be like no one's talking, but then all of a sudden, like 50 will just go, and they all like fade in one at a time real quick.
Yeah, okay.
Really strange.
I'm a lot. I like this. I like his shit. Okay. So I lost big because I went all in on Alan Watt, resistance being Alan Watt, right?
Well, his argument is I set the channel up like 3 years ago to try and get his stuff out there when the only channel that uploaded his stuff went offline. So he was trying to keep the Alan Watt resistance moving.
Okay. Well, that's cool too, Alan Watt resistance. I'd like to have you on the show. Anyway, because you would be an expert on Alan Watt stuff, which is pretty damn interesting.
Agreed.
So, it's way better than Jordan's version, right? You guys can agree on that.
Yeah.
There's no esoteric knowledge in drinking your pee and then eating menstrual blood. You got the esoteric meaning a little bit wrong on that one, right?
Yeah, if you have to do that to reach enlightenment, I'm thinking I'm going to be a sheeple.
Yeah, I'm going to pass on that one. I'm not drinking my pee or any menstrual blood anytime soon here.
And when it comes to drinking your pee, the trick is, and this is, I guess, in Jordan's position, you got to be like in super good physical condition, man. You got to be like 100% drug-free, 100% alcohol-free, not eating bread, not eating meat, because then your pee is just water with like a little salt put in it. But like normal dudes, if you're like a normal guy that eats normal and drinks a little bit and stuff like that, don't drink your pee, man, because you're in for. I mean, I can't even smell mine. How am I gonna?
Oh, dude. Ugh. I know. You know what I mean? I hate that when I gotta I'm at work and I gotta go wait in this line to take a piss, right? And then fucking you can smell this dude's coffee pee or something. Ugh. Ah. It's fucking gross, man. Ah. Alex Jones' channel is getting a little homophobic right now.
He's commanding us to talk about Freemasons.
What did the Freemasons do to you, man?
Well, I mean, what can I say? I know the Freemasons, I would have to say they're not exactly what they used to be. Because back in the day, the Freemasons consisted of people that were like, you were a powerful, influential person. And you can join this club with other powerful, influential people. And then work together on your stuff.
Stop drinking the Kool-Aid. Did I put Alex Jones' channel? Well, obviously, that's a low odd. I can understand who this one is. I already know who this one is. I'm not going to put out who this one is.
It's
but
the Alex Jones Chanel.
The Alex Jones channel is a given, okay? We're just going to say that. Alex Jones' channel is a given. Like in algebra or something, it's a given. You know what I mean? Alex Jones... given. Alright? Okay, so I lose on Alan Watt resistance, right? And I went all in. But I already know the given. Our Wayne show is Randy Light. The Owl is Retarded is Mr. Video Night. So I guess I won my money back, guys, right? Or my chips or whatever.
You walked out with what you came in with.
Exactly. And that ain't bad. That ain't bad. I had fun, right?
So what's going on with the Alex Jones channel here, man? He's first he's got it spelled the Alex Jones Chanel, and then he says stop drinking the Kool-Aid, but it's like cool with the C.
Why is it cool with the C?
And he could spell the Freemasons correctly. He says talk about Freemasons. That's a man. Comad.
Okay, I'm taking that I win on the Owl is Retarded because he hasn't commented since I pulled it out. I pulled out the card on him.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so correct. R. Wayne Show is Randy Lipe. This is the only one I have to go. I lost. L. We'll put an L there. We'll put a W here. If this was a parlay, I would have lost all my money.
You win some, you lose some.
So I got a W, a loss. I'm still unsure on R. Wayne Show, but I'm pretty damn sure it's Randy Lipe. Randy Wayne Lipe. That's what I'm going with. R. Wayne Show.
The game is afoot.
Yeah, okay, so on my parlay, I still haven't won. Well, I've already lost my parlay, right? I didn't get my 4-4. But, I think I'm going to cover the spread on the R. Wayne Show is Randy Lipe. And even though I lost on Alan Watt, you still need to come to the show, Alan Watt Resistance. You still need to come. I'll send you a microphone. Do you want a microphone? Even, alright, someone's got RSVPs on this mic I'm using right now, and a webcam, right? So if that person sends RSVPs on this mic and webcam, they can have it. If no one else out here that doesn't have a microphone or a webcam that they want to use, keep in mind this webcam is like old school. It'll make you look orange and round and like an owl, but you can have it. I'll send it to you. I'm about to upgrade my shit. Not because I don't have a job, not because I'm a shill, it's because I have 2 jobs and I can afford to now buy a nice condenser mic and eventually a nice webcam, right? So there you go. Who's out here? Return to newest comments. Bo, Owl's Retarded. Bo, you have no life. You need some Vaj.
Wait, what? I missed that. Oh, here it is. I need some Vaj.
Okay, he came back. Alright.
Yep, he says AW Resistance says he will in the future. If you want a sample of what the Illuminati webcam looks and sounds like, you can go to Mr. Video Night's channel, and he has like one of our old Illuminati churches that we didn't actually broadcast. He recorded it on his computer.
Yeah.
So go there, and you can see Silver Guitar, the chubby owl version.
I'm King Cobra. Oh, we already knew that Alex Jones channel. I already put the W under Alex Jones as a given. You didn't have to expose yourself like that. Then we have Al is Retarded. I know that for sure. Alan Watt Resistance. What are you saying? Who is Randy Lipe? Randy Lipe he's in the Illuminati, right? Didn't you see the video before this? I circled his tie that it was a total Illuminati symbol on his tie. You didn't see that? It was a conspiracy, dude. Come on, Alan.
The Illuminati.
Yeah, he's an Illuminatist. What? What you going to say now? 3 thumbs down. I know where that came from. Can we pull out a parlay on I'm gonna pull that I could get up to 43 thumbs down to 20. Okay, like, what would the spread be on this one? Okay. I know. I just lost it. That's funny. It went from 3 thumbs down to 2 thumbs down just now. That is pretty funny. All right.
Whoa, how'd that happen?
Yeah,
they
no,
they
because
they
I'm pulling the
unthumbed you.
spread. I'm pulling the spread right now.
Quit
Um,
manipulating the market, motherfucker.
yeah.
I didn't know you could take away thumbs down, dude. Now look, come on, man. Why are you there in video night? You're in the wrong place, man. Yeah, see, I thought I only had like 2 minutes of content to actually talk about because I thought you guys would not be in the comments manipulating the thumbs up and thumbs down. I thought you guys would be in here with some stuff to.
COINTELPRO, that's another thing. COINTELPRO, right? Here's a perfect example of why the stock market gets manipulated. A perfect example of why people here on YouTube can't get along. Perfect example why the FBI starts beef with people. You know what I mean? It's all internal beef, right? It's inside. You have to keep, if you're at the top of the Illuminati pyramid, you have to keep everyone down below fighting with each other. That way that they can never expand or grow or become bigger. It's an internal conflict that is created. And that's kind of the point of this video today that I wanted to do. And I actually thank Mr. Video and King Cole for coming to the comments section today, and Randy Lipe, and Corey C., all you guys. Oh, I just gained a thumbs down. Why am I not inviting you?
Yeah, but I see your point, though. You know, at the top of the Illuminati pyramid, you know, with the prisoner's dilemma with game theory, the fallacy is that it is expected that everyone's going to fight, everyone's going to distrust each other, and there's not going to be cooperation.
Right.
So that's where that thing fails, you know, and you want to keep them fighting because if you don't, if they start working together, then that's when they become the people at the top, and then you get knocked down to the bottom.
Exactly. Which, okay, I would like to explain this right now, too. Alex Jones' channel might agree with this. We have here today, like, the Alex Jones channel. Remember the JFK, shooting stuff was supposed to come out within 50 years, right? Why would you think that it didn't come out right now? Well, number one, we have people involved in the CIA still alive. George Herbert Walker Bush, right? But what happened is that they allowed this disinfo agent to release some real information. Talking about Alex Jones himself and the prison planet. They were allowed, and Jesse Ventura also, they were allowed to release the deathbed confessions of Howard Hunt. Now, if you never followed the conspiracy behind there, Howard Hunt's name pops up all over the place. He pops up in the Cuban Missile Crisis, right? And then he pops up in as the the tramp in the JFK shooting. He pops up as the what's the other one? He pops up in Watergate too. So he's popping up in all these things. He's already known. He always keeps himself, an honorable man. Not exposing anything because he's working for like a basically criminal agency, the CIA. I'm not against the CIA or anything like that. It's pretty scary to talk about this stuff, but this is my take on it. Alex Jones spread so much disinfo. Jesse Ventura spread so much disinfo. Obviously they're working for intelligence gathering firms that are subsidiaries of the CIA, which is obvious, which are subsidiaries of a private company called Booz Allen Hamilton. And so they throw them a bone every once in a while, and they let to get them release the thing. So, okay, it wasn't released by the FBI, right? The JFK shooting. So they throw it to the disinfo guy, right? And the disinfo guy takes it and capitalizes off of it, right? So that's what I think about the deathbed confessions of Howard Hunt. And I know that's what Howard Hunt. Trust that guy. I could trust that guy, right? Even though he lied to the American public several times. The CIA killed his wife. Crashed the plane that she was on when they were working on Watergate together.
Right.
I could believe him at his deathbed confession. I like deathbed confessions, guys. They're very interesting. Any feedback on that? No?
I can see where you're coming from. I mean, there's some merit there. What purpose could you possibly have to just lie about something when you're on your deathbed?
Right. You're dying anyway. You got to get it out. It'll probably make you feel better. Same with, okay, we had DJ Grooveline on last week, right? And it turned into like a pissing match, and then the Grooveline interview was pretty good. But the rest of it was kind of trash, right? So, we were talking about the FBI releasing a document of actually obtaining extraterrestrial craft, which they really didn't know what it was at the time, right?
Yep.
Did you guys miss that? Anyone want to comment if you guys missed that link and think I'm bullshitting on it? There's a few other things I'd like to talk about too. We're going overtime, Bo. This is very interesting.
Cool with me.
I'm gonna go overtime. Overtime. Who put that on their parlay that we're going overtime, right? Nobody in the comments section.
No one saw that one coming. They figured there's less guys. It's going to be short today.
Yeah, no one put that on their parlay. Maybe because we can talk about subjects and expand on them. That is only a learning experience for Alex Jones' channel, right? May not be as interesting as you think it is, but it will expand on something, right? Right. All right.
So what do you think? You think they figured out how the craft works and they're using some of that technology now?
Here's the two things that I think, right? There is another deathbed confession of a guy. Another person who I admire in history a lot is Ike. I like Ike. General Dwight D. Eisenhower and General President Dwight D. Eisenhower.
Yep.
Now, of course, there's lots of controversy with Dwight E. Eisenhower. Dwight E. Eisenhower is not the best of speakers. Neither am I. Dwight E. Eisenhower led battles where lots of people died, right? But Dwight E. Eisenhower wanted to know some shit, and he had figured out when he became president and was leading general, he thought he was losing through World War II, that he could have done the battles better and stuff. And some of those battles that he thought that, he had lost had turned out to be some of the greatest battles in World War II. And he had, written letters saying, hey, man, I'm sorry, you can remove me as general. I really fucked this one up bad. And they're like, what are you talking about? You just won that battle. So I trust him too. There's another deathbed confession that has to do with Area 51 out here in Nevada. There's aliens out here in these bunkers and stuff. And here's the thing. They're probably not here anymore. I could assure you that Area 51, the Groom Lake facility, is not operating with this secret shit anymore because they want you to think that's where all the secret shit's going on. They probably have other bases in Alaska or some shit like that where it's happening at, right?
Right.
Am I getting too drunk?
No, you're on a roll, man, because you're right. Even with Area 51, they put all the focus there, and then, hey, because I want you to look to the left and not to the right to see where it's actually at.
Right. Exactly. So we're losing viewers now. I don't know if we should carry this on for a topic of another time. We've got about half our viewers here. But oh well, there's still half the people watching. Let's carry on, right?
Seems to be going both up and down, so I think it's okay.
It's probably sock accounts. The who's who of sock accounts. I'm going to make that video here soon. I'm also going to elaborate on the pyramids and mummies and ancient megaliths and ancient shit that's here in Nevada that the BLM will not release to the public. Here's a big conspiracy, right? The Bureau of Land Management, the feds, own about 85% of Nevada, which is just desolate. There's only 2 big towns in Nevada, right? Actually 3, right? This is weird. You got the Reno-Tahoe area, which is north, and you got well, I'll say 4. You got Reno-Tahoe, you got the Clark County, Vegas area, and then you have Elko, right? Then there's also this one, which is Burning Man, which is called Black Rock City, which is probably it could be considered a part of Reno-Tahoe area. The weird thing about this is that it's the 3rd largest city in Nevada that only exists for 2 weeks per year. That's where Burning Man happens. It's so huge of an event that they create an entire city.
It's like Atlantis. It comes and it goes.
Right. So that's a weird thing about Nevada, too. Nevada, there's a lot of weird shit out here, like pyramids, mummies. I'm going to make a video on this. I'm just trying to hook you guys. I'm throwing the bait out in the water, and I'm going to hook you guys. I don't know. Even though someone's toggling with the watcher view, we got a sock account.
Can't decide what sock account to use next.
Okay. All right. The owl is retarded is back. We got a lot on the comment section today, which made it very interesting. I'll thank that to you guys. Did any of you on the comments section, to prove you're not a part of a sock account, want to ask any questions of how I've totally just ran off the rails and started talking about just blabbing my mouth and not staying on focus, not staying on topic? Because I left off at Howard Hunt, was going to go somewhere. I left off at Dwight E. Eisenhower, was going to go somewhere. Then I got to Burning Man somehow. Bo? You know, Bo?
You know.
You know, Bo?
That's all I had. I had, the University of Oklahoma. They said the reports of shots fired were false. And they had the cops come. They had this thing come. Was that a bomb robot?
Oh, yeah.
And it turns out it was just a faculty member freaking out. Some books fell in the library, and I thought shots were fired, so I called the FBI. And then you got on the flip side of that, you got Purdue, where they kept teaching class even though someone was shot, and some of the professors are like, "We gotta get this finished." Then of course you got your mall shooting. And that's what I was saying earlier. It's the year of guns. Oh, add in there Justin Bieber getting himself arrested to get back on TV.
Well, that is crazy, isn't it? That Justin Bieber got arrested, and well, not that he got arrested, but here's the thing. I actually liked that Mark Dice video because he did that one straight live and was laughing, and that shit was funny. Anyway, but Justin Bieber, he's getting escorted around by police, doing all these drugs, driving around high, drinking. He's only 19. I'm not saying that when I didn't do the same thing, but the thing is that The weird thing is that he did give up his constitutional rights, and that he doesn't know his constitutional rights. He's hella rich. He could have had all that stuff, broken up from the media. They interrupted a congresswoman to bring American news that Justin Bieber got a DUI. Holy shit, right? Here's the thing that pisses me
Mhm.
off. If any of us get a DUI, we're considered like fucking pieces of shit, right? But there's Lindsay Lohan and Justin Bieber, and they're just some saints. They just made an accident, you know. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you'll see plenty of people. I mean, you could right now the Justin Bieber thing is like the number one thing that's being talked about on the internet within like the mainstream circles, you know. And you go to any of those places and they're all like, "Oh, I feel sorry for him getting in trouble," and then the other people are like, "Oh, he shouldn't be drinking and driving." And then and no one talks about how like his mugshot is a flipping something that he could put on an album cover. Such a cheese.
I know.
I never seen such a happy face for someone who's
Yeah.
getting arrested, man.
There's the thing too, is could this be a publicity stunt, right? He's getting followed around by police. He can do whatever he wants. Why was he driving around with a suspended license, right? How can these people, Corey C, elaborate on this? How can DMX drive around with a suspended license? How can you ride around in a fucking old station wagon, going to the airport high on weed, with weed in there, tail lights out and shit, and just get. How is DMX that stupid to get caught like that? If I were fucking Justin Bieber, I would have myself a chauffeur driving me around, and I'd be getting hammered in the back. You know what I mean?
You would think that would make sense. I mean, I wouldn't be driving. That's kind of a part of being rich. Like, I'll drive a race car on a racetrack, but when it comes to in traffic, no. I'll just be, yeah, like what you said, be in the back getting tore up.
Fuck yeah. I'd be back in the back of that limo doing whatever because in the limousine thing, our Wayne show could tell us about how how it's a different code when you're separated from the driver and have that back seat area that you know what I mean. It's a different code. You're in the chauffeur service. You can drink in. There can be open containers.
Hmm. Yeah, I think it's got to
And
do with that window, right? The window that goes up that separates the driver.
exactly, that's exactly what it could do. You can be back there getting high, smoking cigarettes, drinking alcohol, and you're considered, separate from the driver, separate from, what you call that? It's a separate code being used there. You feel me, guys? Our Wayne show feels me. Captain Slappy knows what I'm talking about. Um,
And there is two different things when it comes to if you're the chauffeur driving the limo, you actually are on business, doing a business driving, and you're not traveling. You're actually are driving. Yeah, I know a lot of those guys said there's a big difference between driving and traveling.
Driving and traveling.
Yeah, like if you're driving your car, if you say you're traveling, you're not committing commerce, so you're not under the same codes and shit.
Exactly. There's the difference, and that's the point I kind of wanted to bring up to Corey C about the G for T thing. Is that that's G for T still whatever law you said he broke. I haven't seen anyone press charges. I haven't seen him go to jail. If he broke that law, whatever, he lost his AdSense over it. That to me means he broke a code, right?
Hmm.
Um,
I mean, there is like a false advertising, but from what I understand, I mean, if he's calling a guy up on the phone saying, "Oh, my kids are hungry, I need some money," and the guy's sending the money, if that guy's needing to get some contracts, man, he should have had the contracts be in his favor, because then he could take G for G to court, you know.
right,
He's,
exactly. If you give some, it's like say I walk down the street, right, and like every four people I run across ask me for a cigarette, and I give one of that person a cigarette, and that person who takes my cigarette, then I'm gonna say, hey, he's a scammer. I bought that cigarette. I paid for it. I just gave him a cigarette, and he didn't pay me anything for it. And can I sue that guy and put him in jail? No. You know what I mean? That's
Yeah,
kind of weird.
and on the flip side, if you give a guy a cigarette and he gets sick off it, he could take you to court and be like, "Well, he gave me the cigarette," but then you could be like, "Well, prove it, dude. I didn't give you nothing."
Right.
And that's where the law of contracts comes in for your benefit, is that you need to have documentation that shows what happened, that you guys both signed, both agreed to, that kind of thing.
I'm actually going to do that next time someone. I should keep a notepad in
Sign
my
here,
pocket.
please.
I will sue you for defrauding an innkeeper, and you'll do 30 days in jail because you didn't pay me fucking 35 cents for this. And the guy will be like, all right, boom. I'll take down his ID number. I'll take down all this information just for a fucking cigarette. And then I'll go put a lien on him for 35 cents.
You got to pay
Just to make an
$17 though
example.
to get into the to get the lien.
Us. All right. Well, okay. $17. I'll add that in there, so it'll be
There you go.
17.35 that this guy's gonna pay me for. Oh, plus a full pack of cigarettes too.
That'll
We'll do that. How much is cigarettes in Illinois? We got cheap ass cigarettes over
every
here.
every year they
I
add
don't
new
know
taxes.
about
Like two
y'all.
years ago, like the Pall Malls, the low end, the kind of low end brand, they were like $3.75. Then
Hmm.
they became four seventy
That's what they
five, and
are
now
here
they're
right
like
now.
$5.50. They just taxing on top of taxing
Really?
around here, man.
There's 363 for the cheapest cigarettes, which is Pyramid Pall Mall. That's here in Nevada, 363. You go to New York, it's like $10 or $11 for a
Yeah, they
pack of
get you coming and
cigarettes.
going to New York. They overcharge you. Then they say, well, you can't actually smoke that anywhere.
Yeah. Armor Man. We're gonna talk about Armor Man. Armor
Sikarimbu American Highlander.
Man. He's Armor Man. No, this is like Middle Eastern. I'm kind of seeing from that.
Why do we have not English
You,
comments?
you know, owl is retarded. You should have put the owl as a mental retard. I thought that would have been much funnier.
Oh
I think
yes,
it's funnier when people call people mental retards, like Raw Dog says, because that shit is funny, man. I like that.
and you got to say it
He's a
as
mental
not
retard.
retard. You gotta say retard. He's a mental retard.
Yeah, like Raw Dog Letard. I like
Stupid.
Raw Dog Letard too. He's like one of my favorite YouTubers, dude. Is Raw Dog Letard. I don't care what Raw Dog Letard thinks about me. I don't care what all y'all guys think about me. Raw Dog Letard is one of my favorite YouTubers. And I also have to add in Silver Futurist. The Silver Futurist and me go way back. And Corey C and I go way back. Some of the first YouTubers I ran across was Silver Futurist, Corey C, uh, Raw Dog, or Raw Doggy Dog, is what I like to call him. Get along, little doggy.
Yeah, I like Raw Dog too because he's got both polarities. He got a lot of character, and then a lot of times in his videos, his point of view is like the reasonable point of view. So even though he's bouncing off the walls, making you laugh, like he's got the reasonable point of view. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and he knows now by the time like he's been on YouTube here for a long time. Like, well, I've been watching him. I've been on YouTube for 3 years. I've only been making videos for 2 years,
Hmm.
and like half of the year that I was making videos, I was like kind of on a sock account, and I would diss the silver community. But I thought it back then. What I thought it was, I was like, oh, maybe these guys will think it's funny too. I didn't know Barnum was gonna get so upset. I didn't know Raw Dog was gonna get. Well, the one I did with Raw Dog at the time, I guess, was over the line. That's on my Space Timeism channel, and I still have my Da Vinci ones. I ended up erasing all the other ones because there's such an uprising on that. But I don't know. I'm sorry, guys. There was another additional person working on that with me that kind of was trying to throw me under the bus and kind of did some dirty stuff. You guys can look up the channel, you'll see the whole story. But I used to have a lot of videos and get a lot of views on that channel, and that's back in the day when I got enabled for monetization. And I mean, I don't know. You happy bitch. The owl is a mental retard. That's fucking funny.
Oh, look, you got more. We got even more manipulation, dude. Now we're down to one thumbs down. Ah,
Yeah. That's like manipulating the stock market. The owl is a mental retard.
the owl is mental retarded. Came in real quick. You happy bitch, and left right away. Hey, you got him to make a new sock. There you go. You manipulated him.
Right.
Yeah, but talking about mental retardation and stuff, I mean, you know, a lot of people are going to psychiatrists now, and they're like faking it because, like, the Medicare or the Medicaid could get them the pills real cheap and stuff, and then get them some checks coming, So they go to the doctor, like, and the doctor just asks, "Do you have these symptoms?" Gives you a paper, and you just say yes to all, to all the symptoms, and there you go. Now you got a check. Now you got some pills coming that are paid for, things like that.
You're like, dude, I want to get high. I'm gonna chart. I'm gonna say check yes on all of these. Give it to the doctor, and the government's gonna pay for it.
What happens though is, when it comes to papers, please, in the future here, papers, please is not going to be about your ID, your passport, things like that. It's going to be like your medical background. Papers, please, and you got to show them like your medical background. Oh, you got mental deficiencies here from 2014.
You're a mental retard. We can't let you cross borders here.
Mm-hmm. You got to go to Section Z, number 001. Please report there.
We're gonna run a eugenics. We're gonna spray you with some chemicals before you come into this country.
You got two types of people. You got the rat racers, which are the guys who they get a job, they take on a lot of debt, so they get their mortgage, they get their car note, they get their credit card bill going, and they're rich. They're not rich, they're rich. They look rich, but they're worse than broke because they broke and they owe a lot of money to everybody.
Yeah.
You got those guys.
But
then you got the welfare.
Something important you touched on right there is that most people in America run around thinking they're rich, got their fucking Versace on, got their fucking their American Eagle, got their fucking brand new fucking Charger, got all this shit, and run around like they're the players, pimp players, right? And they're like fucking $140,000 in debt. And you over here, who's just like, fuck it, I'll take the bus if I have to. I'll walk there if I have to. I got the cash in my pocket to pay for what I need right now.
Mm-hmm.
They look at you like you're a broke bitch, but they're the broke bitch. You know what I mean?
Yeah, they're panther pacing, like in the zoo.
Mm-hmm.
You'll see tigers and panthers. You see them pace back and forth in the cage, kind of like I'm not in a cage. I'm ready to go. And they're just showing off that I'm not a slave. And it's sad because these people that are six figures in debt and stuff. I mean, you get out of debt and now you've gone up a level in life. You've gone from slave to pauper, and that's your move up. You went from slave to pauper. And it's sad to see so much of that going on. But then on the other side, you got the debtors. Then on the other side, you got the welfare guys.
Oh, fucking yeah. I know about that too because I pay for all my own shit, right? Mm-hmm. And everyone wants to put the finger on me like I'm a welfare, right? And it's like, no, my shit's bought and paid for, right? Everything I got's bought and paid for. I don't have debt that's, like screaming out the roof and shit like that. And these people want to say, oh, look at him, look at him. You know what I mean? And I'm living. I have to actually live with all these welfare people who think they're fucking, saints or some shit. You know what I mean? Was that too much?
I'm Bo Shill, and I work for the FBI, NSA, CIA. Are you happy, ho? I'm a shit. I got even the icon with a little thing on it. Oh man. But yeah, I seen that too. You know, some of the guys that are really on welfare, they act like they're hustling the government. Like, you know, I got my food stamps, I got my Section 8, my rent voucher. It's like they act like they're hustling the government, and it's like a smart thing to do.
Yeah, then they will call the cops on you for that fucking $20, $50 thing. I guess they pay $50 in Illinois. They pay $20 over here.
Yeah, it's called Quick 50, especially in schools.
They only pay $20 over here.
The hell?
$20. That's it. I'm telling you.
Well, it's
the only reason I know about that is because of all these degenerates I live around, and they threaten me with that all the time. Just want to put that out there, put it live on the air. Fuck you guys. You know what I mean?
Fuck you guys,
Fuck
man.
you guys with $20.
That's a pretty cheap sell right there. Even $50. But around here, I mean, a lot of at the welfare people, what they'll do at the same time, they'll call the neighbor because the dog's barking too much, or you got an old car in your driveway, or they'll like call you in for anything. Trying to act like they're on a high horse, but you're just doing a welfare thing, man. You're not
going up.
They're kind of the same, you know.
You know, that's the thing too. Is a lot of people on here will tell me, "Get out your fucking mama's basement." It's like, motherfucker, I have 2 jobs, right? Occasionally, I get a cheap AdSense check that will fucking pay for like maybe half of my groceries per month, right? Wow, what a shill. You know what I mean? Holy shit.
You got an AdSense career there, man. You're on the road to success. Just keep that right where it's at.
I mean, I'm a fucking multi-millionaire, you know? I got 150 G's just sitting around. Fuck. These people too that will talk shit on the AdSense thing too. They'll come and tell you how AdSense works, and I can't tell you how AdSense works because I'm under contract with AdSense, and I can't tell you how that works, right? Who even knows? If my AdSense gets rejected, guess what, guys? I'll still make fucking videos. I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
It actually hindered me for a while because like I was talking about earlier, when I had that video that was getting a lot of views and a lot of AdSense coming, it's a negative influence because it influences me to make things that are going to get views and not make stuff that I love, that I put my heart into it and kind of, that kind of thing. So now...
Well, right. You're exactly right, because times I've been like, man, I need to make a thing. But I really stopped at my Mark Dice formula. If you guys want to know how that is you watch the Mark Dice formula, and you'll be able to make some revenue for yourself in YouTube, but which is really just half and half. I mean, I don't care if you get an extra 3% or whatever. It's half and half. That's just what I'm saying. You're making just as much for YouTube as they're making for you, so they want you to go out and spread lead you down the bad path. But in my videos, they're misleading titles. I get a lot of thumbs down on them. But that was the point. In the end of the video, I show you that, oh, this is bullshit, guys. Why do you believe in this?
Yeah, you bring them in because they want to see the Obama shapeshifter. Then you get in there and you're like, reptile. It's awesome. Big joke, and everyone's really, really mad. Like, all the comments are like seriously mad.
Yeah. Shit is funny to me. There's another thing, too. What do you think about the new YouTube comment moderator? What do you think about that?
I haven't even looked into it, but I do know that I seem to randomly get things marked as spam, and I don't even know about it until I go into view comments, and then
There's only so much I can accept per day, guys, from your spam thing. This is actually a thing of like freedom of speech, right? Freedom of speech, we can say whatever we want. I've never censored my comment section. You can tell me I'm a 15-year-old virgin living in my fucking mom's basement, right? And I get that all the
Mhm.
time. And the thing is like I've never censored that and went and erased that shit. But now there is a censor thing where it comes in and it goes to your spam moderator, and people are going and running around marking shit as spam, and it's either like it's pretty much a thin line straight down the middle. It's either half trolls, half supporters, right? So the people who support my channel will mark some negative comments. The people who uh, hate my channel will mark the positive comments as spam. And actually, I've had 3 spam out of 560 marked spam. Only 3 of which have been actual real spam, sending me to a website, or sending you guys to a website, which is real spam.
Mhm.
It's pretty damn interesting. I don't know. What's your take on that, Bo? This is Skull and Bow today. Skull and Bow,
Skull and bow.
322, motherfuckers.
Yeah, man. I
Running this shit.
mean, that's like a super mega uber fail. You get, because you get 500 comments marked as spam, and it's only like a couple of them actually were, and then the rest of them were like normal. That's a mega fail, man. I thought we're supposed to get this new comments thing is supposed to be better. And besides being able to do like bold letters and italics, and I'm glad they put a can on that stupid Tank and Bob. That shit was driving me nuts, dude.
Tank and Bob?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got Tank and Bob on like a bunch of my videos.
I
But
didn't. I see the point of it, but man, it was getting to where it was like every video, dude. And I was like, okay, I'm done.
you got it on Tank and Bob. I only got it Tank and Bob like 4 or 5 times. But I didn't mark them as spam. I thumbs them up. Now here's the thing. When you thumbs up the videos, only a certain amount is able to go back onto the comment section. The rest is marked as spam, right? So,
Hmm.
I mean, you mark all that shit as okay, right? And I've gone through and marked all that shit okay, except for these Illuminati researchers who have no fucking clue what they're talking about. That's a video I'm gonna make to you guys, is your guys' Illuminati research. Uh, I don't know. This Illuminati research is fascinating to me because every single thing I find out about Illuminati research is totally fake. It's totally not real. You can debunk it on every level, and then you got these guys all debunking. Well, that's only your opinion. Some
Yeah, when I say it, it's a fact, but when you say it, it's just an opinion.
yeah. Well, opinions are like the dumbest thing people could have, and I tell the people, well, why are you on YouTube searching for people's opinions?
Right?
You know what I mean?
Oh yeah, see, Alan Watt resistance here. You got a point. I used to hate that 500 letter thing too. It was like it was an art to be able to say what you want to say in that 500 letter thing.
Hmm.
So I don't miss that part of it.
500 letter, yeah, because they restrict you on what you can say in the comment section. This is a restriction of freedom of speech, guys. And that's why I wanted to bring up the thing about fucking fuck it. I'm gonna say fucking whenever I want. All right. I'm not
Yeah,
trying to
we're on overdrive now, man. We're good.
We're overdrive. I'm fucking over drunk. I'm gonna speak the truth. The truth. Um, this is okay. A lot of you guys were like talking shit, like, "Oh, you're just for G for T because he's a liar or whatever." You know what I mean? And I don't hate G for T. I don't hate you guys. I don't hate any of you guys that I've grown up around here on YouTube with. Um, the thing is, though, is that I learned from Kevin Trudeau is that Kevin Trudeau always talked about freedom of speech. Now, what is freedom of speech, and what limitations do we have to freedom of speech? Well, we can't have hate speech. We can't have we can't have vulgar language, right? Like I just said, fuck. We can't have vulgar language. And then, what is the only part of freedom of speech that is accepted today, guys? What is it? Any
Wait
guesses out
for
there in
it.
the comment
Wait
section?
for it. Yeah, what you guys think? What's the one thing about freedom of speech that's totally acceptable? And it probably should be considered the worst aspect of freedom of speech.
Yes. And I'm going out here just putting it up like saying, "Hey guys, this is the only thing of freedom of speech that we have left." And I'm just telling you that's the only thing that we have left, and you guys are like, "You fucking shill, you piece of shit." And I'm just saying, I'm going to give it 10 seconds here on the comment section. We'll go 1 Mississippi, 2 Mississippi, 3 Mississippi, 4 Mississippi, 5 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, no, 6 Mississippi, 7 Mississippi, 8 Mississippi, 9 Mississippi, 10 Mississippi, hut hut, hike! What is it, guys? What is it?
The
Oh,
triangles eat babies. No.
I don't know what came up on your comment section. I don't want to spoil it for everyone.
It says eyes are bad for your health. Eyes in triangles are evil, and triangles eat babies. No one knows apparently.
No one knows this? I feel ashamed of you guys out here that you don't know this freedom of speech that we have the freedom to use all the time. What is this freedom? Should I give him another 10 Mississippi, Bo?
Yeah, maybe give a hint.
Give a hint. You hate some guy and he talks shit all the time and it's not real. He ain't saying nothing that's real, but he says it every single time.
Yeah, Alex Jones does it a lot. Mark Dice does it a lot. G4T does it some. What aspect of freedom of speech is left that you can still not
Should I
be?
spoil it, Bo, or should we give him another 10 Mississippis?
So do the question again.
Okay, guys. There's freedom of speech, right? But how much freedom of speech is restricted, right? We have freedom of speech, but what is restricted here for us to talk about? We got the comment section on YouTube, which is half and half, right? We got fucking vulgar language, like I just said, fucking, right? And then we have hate speech, which could be anything, hater, that person's a hater,
Right. So with freedom of speech, you can't be in a movie theater and say bomb, or on an airplane you can't say bomb. So that part of freedom of speech is limited. They're limiting more and more using defamatory names for types of people, their race, their creed, their
Right,
sexual orientation.
on YouTube here, I get fucking 300 fucking marked spams a day, and it's all like everyone who likes me on YouTube, and it's marked as spam, so they can't talk, and then it's like half of the negative comments, so that what comes out is people who are just not really interested in my videos. So that's a thing of freedom of speech, right?
So yeah, he who did this here? He just asked the question. AW Resistance said, "What's the question?"
What is the question? What part of freedom of speech is still acceptable and is probably the worst part of freedom of speech, but we can't get rid of it because we will eliminate all of our freedom of speech if we do?
We got one here. We got a Nuku Doob. He said, "How about discrimination, conspiracy theories against the government?" You can do that to an extent, as long as it's not too real. If you tell too much of the truth about it, then...
Anuka Doob is a interesting feller. Anuka Doob is so smart with Here, I'm getting all my messages uploaded to me right now. Boom, 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 boom.
Yeah, I'm typing and it's saying error, try again. I mean, I can't even type on my own show I'm on. Jeez.
So can any of you geniuses out here, all you geniuses out here that say that I'm stupid, I don't know what I'm talking about, Bo doesn't know what he's talking about, Bo's stupid, he don't know what he's talking about, what are we talking about? Let's take this as Jeopardy, okay, guys? Can we do a Jeopardy episode, Bo?
Oh, AW Resistance came back. He said, "Is the answer hate speech?" No, you can't.
No, we already covered hate speech. You cannot do, but good job, good job. That's one of them that has been covered, right? Those tracks have been covered, right? So you guys are asking you a simple question: what part of speech has not been limited? Come on, guys. Come on. I know one of you geniuses out here can tell me.
And the hint is Alex Jones does it, Mark Dice does it, and G4T sometimes does it.
Okay, the hint. Who said that?
Huh? Oh, that's my hint.
Oh.
All right.
What does that make here? Oh, right? Anyone in the comment section can tell me. Randy Lipe, Corey C, Mr. Video Night, King Cole. What is it, right?
Well, Derek Light argues that hate speech is opinion, but hate speech is kind of like.
Oh, opinion. Here we go with opinion again, right? Oh, that's just your opinion. That isn't a fact. That isn't an opinion.
Flattery, pop culture.
No, come on, guys. This is easy.
It's one simple word.
You can't tell the forest from the trees. You can't sell your own shit on your knees.
Oh, he got it. The Nuku Doob got it.
The Nuka Doob got it?
He got it. That's the one acceptable thing you could do.
Lies.
Lies.
Okay, there you guys go, right? There you go. I'm a shill for telling you guys that the only thing that we can do is lie, right? And that's the only acceptable thing that's allowed of freedom of speech is lying. Lying, right? Guess who makes money off this? Mark Dice, Alex Jones, everybody out here. I even lie to people with misleading titles on my videos to get them to click on it, right? And then they get pissed off.
And you're free to do it.
And I'm free to do it. Why? And why is it important for us not to get rid of this? Why? Because we will eliminate all of our freedom of speech.
It's all we have left.
That's all we have left, you guys, is to lie, right? Oh, now does this G4T thing make more sense to you guys? It's more clear to you guys that, okay, he lied, right? He was just acting. But he came out and told the truth. So for that, we give G4T a big... So we're going to ruin his life for the rest of his life? No, because you'll be limiting your freedom of speech. Right?
Oh no! See, now we might have to switch it over and give the prize to Mephisto or AW Resistance instead, because the Nuku Doob just came right out of here, man. He just violated. That is a violation of the policy. Do I win underage pussy so I could bang it? Oh.
What?
That's what he said. He said, "Do I win?" Oh,
and Nuka Doob, dude, you're fucking straight. Like, co-intel, dude. Straight, like, wanna fucking... I don't know, dude, but, like, you act like you're a retard on shit, and then you act so smart, and it's like, I don't know, the Nuka Doob.
Yeah, Nuka Doob.
You're like a guy that, like, the only person that I've ever actually wanted to actually block is this guy, a Nuka Doob. I've never found a person on YouTube that I wanted to block. But this guy right here, a Nuka Doob, is so disturbing, everything he'll say, and then he'll be so smart at the same time, and defend you at the same time, but then try to discredit you. We can't get rid of it.
Yeah, man, why has it got to be underage? I think the correct term is barely 18, right? That's how.
Yeah, dork. Nuka dork. And you know what's funny too is a Nuka Doob. There was that guy uh, in fucking what was it like the Pacific Islands or something that still thought the World War was going on, and he died a couple days ago. And that's when I first saw his name was similar to Anuka Doob, and all of a sudden Anuka Doob shows up on the channel after he died because this guy's fighting World War II shit uh, till his death on this mountaintop. Silver Futurist did a video on it, and then all of a sudden a Nuka Doob comes up, right? LOL. Ha 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 ha. Gotcha. Gotcha, bitch.
That's a weird thing about England AW resistance. I mean, in England, last I knew, yeah, you get arrested for insulting speech. Uh, but from what I understand, like, you think it's weird that in the United States you have to pay for water, but in England, don't you have to have a license to own a television set?
Really? I did not know that. You have to have a license to own media?
I'm not sure if it's England, but I know that's something that Psychodrilla talks about a lot.
Psychodrilla, I gotta sub Psychodrilla because I hear a lot of Psychodrilla stuff here, and it's just a name I hear pop up a lot. And unfortunately, I haven't subbed to Psychodrilla to really know, but he sounds like a pretty smart guy.
Yeah, he was working with Charlie Veitch for a minute. And he's the one who he exposed Charlie Veitch before. You know, Charlie Veitch. He went on a TV show. It was like a 9/11 show to kind of prove that it was real. And he was like the he played a character on the show where he was like the skeptical guy. He was the conspiracy theorist that didn't believe 9/11, thought it was an inside job. Then on the show, at the end, he's like, I do believe 9/11 was that it actually was what you say it was now. And Charlie Veitch has been doing he's been doing a lot of the bullhorn on the side of the street stuff a lot. But it was Psychodrilla that even busted him out ahead of time. He said Charlie Veitch never believed in 9/11 to begin with. He only jumped on that as a bandwagon, as a way to get views and get attention from the community.
Yeah. Well, yeah. I can totally agree with that. There's a lot of the stuff that we see a little bit deeper than everyone else, Bo, which is why it's cool to have you here. Skull and Bo. 322, motherfucker. We see this stuff a little bit more clearly than everyone else, but I can say that the subscribers, which is why I wanted to do this show today in particular, is because we're not giving enough credit to our subscribers. Our subscribers are very intellectual people, and we want to stimulate your guys' brain. We want to make what do you call it, Corey? So stimulate these people mentally, right? not mental retards, but we want to stimulate the people who are smart. Mentally, we want to make mentally stimulating. My videos are so mind stimulating. There we go. I got it. That's what it is. Even though you guys think it's boring sometimes, right? This is boring. You're useless or whatever. I get these. I get a lot of trolls on here. But the trolls I think are funny, dude. I crack up at that shit. They're just trying to break me down so hard, and I just laugh. Which is weird about this comment moderation shit, Bo. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean that's the one thing I don't like about, because with flagging too, like that's kind of that's like
Gay.
right? Well, yeah, I mean it's
That's
attacking freedom of speech, though. I mean,
wait a minute, that's hate speech. I'm getting gays. Right? Gay.
I've seen the commercials, man, where it's like, don't call stuff gay anymore. It offends people.
What about that South Park episode? How come South Park can get away with everything? Why can South Park get away with fucking everything that they say? They can say fuck, they can say shit, they can say fag, they can say pussy, they can say anything like that. Anuka Doob doesn't like pussy. He said, ew.
Mm. Is it scary?
Yeah. Um. Yeah, it's weird. Nuke Mark Dice's wife, I still haven't seen. I don't believe Mark Dice has a wife. Although I'd like to have Mark Dice on here one day, because Mark Dice is actually changing his ways. Now, here's the thing: people shill, sell out, blah blah blah. Whatever, man. I'm not going to be able to make money off of this because I said fuck, shit, pussy, uh, gay. So here you go, guys, right? There's only a handful of videos that I can actually make money on, and really don't pay me shit. So, because the creators are Jewish. Oh, come on, man, Nuka-Doob, come on, man. South Park?
Is it that simple? Jeez.
South Park is social engineering. Right. Direct Light. That's a good comment, Direct Light. South Park also pushes dumbing down agenda. They do. They do. But also, on the opposite side of that, South Park... Oh, fuck South Park, you guys. Fuck South Park. You guys want to know game theory? Watch Adult Swim. Watch Adult Swim, dude. I was watching Adult Swim. I haven't watched it for like 5 years. Turned on Adult Swim, was watching all this shit. Straight up game theory. Game theory. Gaming them. And at the outcome, every time at the outcome, it was like, I got fucked in the outcome. I was like, hitting it. I was watching it with my buddy. And I was like, they're gonna do this. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do this. They're gonna do this. And the last outcome, it was thought they were gonna do. You guys watch Adult Swim? Do you,
You know
Bo?
what? Adult Swim, they do like those little texts during the commercials and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And they sneak stuff in here like this.
What?
Because, they do like... Is it coming up here? Let me see here. Like, this is an Adult Swim. This is being shown... Because, like when you're watching Adult Swim, like, they'll show like little black screens of text. And they do talk about Illuminati sometimes. They got one here to talk about their secret partners.
Well, no, they're doing game theory on fucking Adult Swim. They're doing fucking game theory. And it's like, holy shit, I'm going in there and it's like, I'm the... When I watch Adult Swim, right, I don't know who you guys pick as your evil person. Usually I go in and I pick like the evil character as the smart person, right?
Mm-hmm.
The side that shouldn't be evil, that actually should be good. I pick that person, right? And then they go and fight with the good person, right? Because they'll come out with a guy. Like last night, you guys watched Adult Swim, right? They had a guy in his Pharaoh thing, you know what I mean? I don't even know what show it was. And I even watched the one with the they're like half white, half black family. You know what show I'm talking about? Where it's like the little gangster kid living in like the rich neighborhood, and he has to fight against like the white propaganda, against the black propaganda, when really he's only straight down the middle. He's half white, half black. You know what I'm talking about?
No, I haven't seen that one myself.
Well,
what's it called?
I don't even know. Mark Dice will never be in your show. You would mentally abuse him? No, I wouldn't actually mentally abuse Mark Dice. I would actually ask him questions on what he really thought was going on, aside from fucking Christina Aguilera wearing leather and licking milk out of a bowl and shit like that. Let's cut the shit, right? Mark Dice. Let's cut the shit, Mark Dice. What gets views, right? We know what gets. We already know what gets views. Let's talk about what you really think. Tetris? What about Tetris? Call of Duty is also a form of engineering. Direct Light is right. Call of Duty, I notice so many young kids, right? So many young kids are on Call of Duty and they're like, I want to go to Afghanistan. I want to go, shoot people and kill people and stuff. And it's like, well, that's just the game. When you go out there, really, you don't respawn after you get one headshot kill. And they're like, no. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean it's
I talk to these young kids and they think that they're just gonna respawn after they get one headshot kill.
yeah, it's given a new normal too. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because if they spend so much time in front of these video games, and of course they're getting to the point where the screens are getting bigger. They make the chairs now where you sit in the chair and it's the surround sound where you feel it, the bass, and hear it. So it's getting more and more virtual reality where it's seeming more and more realistic. And then next thing you know, I mean, that's it. It's a normal everyday thing that we're out here shooting each other in the head and blowing stuff up and
Correct.
desensitization.
It's not like when we grew up, Bo, and we had mech warriors. Do you remember mech warriors?
That wasn't very realistic though. So I mean,
but but still, you build your mechanical warrior, right? And your mechanical warrior fights the war for you in a way, right?
right?
So I don't know. People think it's fake, but it's real. Your head's gonna get shot off. It is a part of genocide too. If you guys want to look into genocide, right? I grew up in the worst area of my town, right? And I was a poor kid, and you know what I mean? I'm still around poor people, but I feel as though I'm advancing on them. But on this government stuff, I'm about even with these like government people, right? You know, I got all this, fuck you, why do you work? I do this. It's like, shit, man, I just work, pay my bills. I don't got these contractual agreements that you have to this government. Anyway.
Yeah, just keep it simple, man.
Keep it simple, right? Okay, I like to drink, right? Well, guess what? I'm going to take the bus where I need to go, right? And I'm going to pay $2 and I'm going to walk the rest of the way, and I'm not going to get a DUI, and I'm not going to do this and that, right? Fuck, I can drive. At any time I can go drive, right? But I'm going to use this public shit for my advantage. But at the same time, I don't know. Where was I going with this, Bo? I started talking shit about people around me.
Yeah, because you're getting looked down on because you work a job and you're not a millionaire and you're not on $1 million of welfare and people look down on you for it.
Yeah. Oh, I have AdSense. Well, you got AdSense, motherfucker. You know, like, damn. You know, you probably make so much more than I do off of my fucking AdSense on your fucking food stamps and your fucking this and that. Oh, you can drive this car around. It's like, well, I don't fucking drive that car around very much, do I? You know?
That's what concerned me about DJ Grooveline because he was saying, when we had him on, he was saying, you know, if you qualify for it, take it, man. And I can understand if you are down and out, don't let pride get in the way of you getting what you need to get. But
Exactly.
you don't want to make it seem like, you don't want it to be, what happens is as soon as you get food stamps coming, even if you're in your mind thinking, I'm just going to get this temporarily until I get back on my feet, that's not going to happen. And you're going to get dependent on that. And then it gets to the point to where you're not going to, if something happens where you don't get that next payment coming, you're going to be in a lot of trouble. It's worse than being one paycheck away because then you're already not even, you don't even have a paycheck coming.
That's exactly right, too, is they're out there for you to help you when you need it, right? Now, I've gone in and, like, fucking, I've needed it before, right? And I've gotten my shit, but I haven't abused it ever. Never have I abused these things. Like, you know, oh, fuck, you know, I'm gonna die off.
It's a terrible thing to abuse it to.
It is
It's
a
real
terrible,
bad when you
and that's
abuse
the
it.
thing, too. There's food what do you call them? Food banks opening up here in my town where you can pay money
Yeah.
to get the food, right? And it's like, well, shit, you can not pay money or you can pay money for it, and you're like, fuck, I'm fucked right now. I need to do this. I'd rather pay you guys a donation that's like double what your donation is so I can get this because the rest of the people out here are getting it for free and then they're just throwing it away and they don't care about it. But you're like, I actually need to support this program in a way because sometime there may be a day that I need it and I can give you guys a little extra chunk and you guys can make me live. You know what I mean? It's a fucked up.
That's a good way to look at it. Yeah.
Yeah, because there's a thing where you can give them a donation, and or you can just say you're fucking flat broke, and all the people are saying, "Oh, I'm flat broke," and they're going from one
Right.
to the
Right.
next to the next to the next. Plus, they got their food stamps, right? And here's the thing: I live in this apartment complex, dude, and they will these people get evicted. These people will get kicked out or whatever, and then all this food, the like the maintenance will come and clean out the house and shit, and they'll
Hmm.
put out boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes and boxes of food, saying anyone who needs this, take it, right? And it's all been cherry picked, right? So I've actually had like what do you call it? Fucking prepper food supplies off of going and picking up these boxes off these welfare people who that food's not a good enough for them. You know what I mean? It's not good enough for them. They
Yeah,
don't want.
they don't even care about it because they got it for free. They didn't have to earn the food. They just get it, gave it to them, so it's not even
Hey, they got it.
important.
Okay, I got fired 4 years. Direct Light says I got fired 4 years ago because I couldn't get unemployment. I was pissed off considering I worked a solid 16 years. Glad I didn't because I hustled and kept myself moving and never got lazy. And that's a good
Exactly.
point to make, right? That's the point I'm trying to make right here is that if you get lazy, you get caught up in the system, and then you're going to be going for that fucking $20. I don't know what happened to honor in America or being honorable. There's really no honor in being fucking like. I really want to get out of like these lower class neighborhoods that I'm forced to live in, working. You know what I mean? Got a job, own my own shit, work, right? And then I gotta live around all these people who are
Hmm.
degenerate, don't want to work, are lazy, uh, everything like that.
And then the arrogant on top of all of it. Yeah,
Yeah,
they'll
and
be
they're
they'll be
arrogant on it.
degenerate, lazy, and then arrogant. Yeah.
Yeah, like they deserve it. That's theirs. They're entitled to that.
And here's the
It's
deal about food stamps, right? You would simply think that yeah, okay, people pay taxes, the money goes to the government, and that money goes back out through food stamps. But that's not how it works. If that was how it works, the federal government wouldn't have all these trillions of debt and all that. So what food stamps really is, it's one of the ways that when you always hear about the Fed printing money, the Fed printing money. This is one way of doing it because you give a guy a food stamp balance on a card. That's not money. That's just uh, you know
credit. Yeah.
credit. As soon as you go into that grocery store, you swipe that credit card. Boom! You just put new money into the money supply.
Yeah, you did.
Same
Exactly.
same thing with credit cards. It's not real money until you make it money. So so if you're doing credit cards, you got a bunch of debt, you're doing a bunch of, you're abusing the welfare system, you are equally guilty on
Of
messing up the economy
the
and everything.
Exactly, you're exactly right, and that's a point that I wanted to bring up, and I've never got to bring up, is that creating money out of thin air. Who's creating money out of thin air? The Fed creates money out of thin air, obviously, right? But who else creates money out of thin air and runs this fucking economy into the ground? It's these degenerates everywhere that don't want to work because they have a false fucking they have a false claim of disability. They're disabled. They can't work. They're not able to work. Bullshit. These people are able to work. You know what I mean? I see these people just high, running around on drugs all the time,
Hmm.
snitching on everyone who's just fucking working. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you can see those videos too where it was like the link came 2 days late, and it's worse than like a soccer riot, man.
Mm-hmm. Hey, I gotta take a leak. I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, me too. I'm gonna take a break. So in the meantime, here, what I'll do is I'll give you a little show here. Let me see here. Give you a good little show here. Ah, yes, the American dream. There is a perspective on this cartoon that's never been given. I will use the FBI most wanted list. I will become a bounty hunter. No money in that. Well, the thing about being a bounty hunter is you gotta have to really get into it good, you gotta have you gotta be like a bail bondsman, right? You gotta have a place where you bail people out of jail. Like you front up the money and then you make a deal with them on how they're going to pay you back. And then if they stiff you, then you got all the information you need on those people. And at that point, just like Dog the Bounty Hunter. That video. So, but with the American Dream cartoon, you watch it, and they position stuff in a certain way, but what they're not showing, and I'll show it right here, coming up in a second here. I mean, it shows it right in the cartoon. I'm sure you've seen this. I mean, look at all these people. Here's the people bringing their money into the bank, right? They went to made their money. And on this side, the sheeple, hats in hand, dumb smile on their face, begging the banks for some money. And here they go. Here's some money for you. You don't want to be one of these guys. Okay? Not so prime is right. These guys here are the guys that are helping to hurt the United States as it stands. Yeah, where is Your Honor, Video Night? You won't come on to talk. You're going to hang out in the comments section, and now you're talking about you're going to be a bounty hunter. I mean, what? You're going to go chase down guys that owe money to people? You're coming with me, sir. Yeah, I'll leave this going for you. Be back soon.
To you, pile. His bank was out of money.
But he gave me lots of money and charged me a lot of interest.
Yes, that's the only way banks make money, by making debt loans. Debt equals money, pile. Remember that. Debt equals money. The more loans they make, the more money they make.
But if they don't have any money, then where did my money come from?
You're going to want to take a step back, pile.
Whoa! No way!
Yes way. And that's nothing.
Hey, buddy, need some money?
Now, who's the real bad guy here? The banker who's giving out the money? Or is it, or was it the bum who burned the money?
Yeah.
Who's the real bad guy here? The banker giving out the money? Or these guys who's taking the money and blowing it?
Right, and I think that people are so stupid that they can't realize that they're actually doing that, living on these social benefits and shit like that, that they're actually burning up and destroying the country at the same time, pointing the finger at the bank, but when it's actually, half their fault as well. You know what I mean? The system set up by the banks is fraudulent in the first place, right? But then the people out here on the street are mostly fraudulent themselves, you know what I mean? And don't even realize it. They're just like, I'm entitled to this because I fucking live in America and I need this shit and I need to drive my country down, and then I'm going to point the finger at the banks when only they're half the problem. And people never point the finger at themselves.
And here's an important part of this cartoon here, that he says right here, it says, I didn't need them banks. I already had my house here. I didn't need these guys. I was happy there. But you did it anyway. You went to the bank so you get that big house. Yeah, see? You wanted to be rich, hey?
Right, everyone wants to have the illusion of being rich. They got a loan to buy their car, right? They got a loan to buy their house. They own that house. They don't own that house. They created money out of thin air, just like the Fed does. And here's the thing about the Fed. The thing that I find so stupid about eliminate the Fed, people never look to the IMF like it's the IMF running the show. People don't even know what the IMF. People will tell you that the Rothschild family is a conspiracy theory, right? They came out of Shasta Lake. Lord Rothschild came out of Shasta Lake. Well, no, the Lord Rothschild or Lord Day, whatever Calvin, whatever names they have, they pretty much recycle their names and reuse them from generation to generation. They are around. They are part of the problem, but they're not like the maximum part of the problem. There's more people than them out here abusing the system, creating money out of thin air than the Rothschilds. So in a way, I can see, Rothschilds suck, but they're so shisty.
Mm-hmm.
they make everyone else suck. You know what I mean?
And if you shutting down the Fed, the Federal Reserve, I mean, that's like shutting down your local McDonald's and thinking that's going to do something. Guess what? There's other McDonald's just a few miles down the road. That one store is just it's just the franchise. It's just one of the branches. You shut down one McDonald's, that's
who's
going to
help open up? Is it Wells Fargo? Is it going to be Wells Fargo that does it next? It's going to be Bank of America. They're going to be next. Or
right,
let's look on top of that, right? Who runs the show? The IMF. Let's shut down the Fed. Who else is the IMF going to put in the Fed's place, right? So shutting down the Fed does absolutely nothing. That's why Christopher Green is a fucking retard. And
shut down McDonald's and they'll just open a Burger King right at the same spot.
Exactly. That's exactly. Oh, shut down Burger King then. All right, we got a Wendy's, right? Popeyes just came to town. You know what I mean? You got Popeyes up north?
Yeah, that's sad in my town because 90% of the stores now and restaurants and fast food places, me and you could talk about them because it's the same ones that you got. Jeez. Yeah, I got Popeyes. We just got a Chick-fil-A 2 days ago.
I got Popeyes too. It's way better than KFC.
Mm-hmm.
Popeyes is just popping up here. And then I don't know if you guys will ever get what we got done. We got Reno created Portasubs. Portasubs is starting to sprout up all over the place. Do you have Portasubs up there?
No Porter subs.
Do you have Subway though, right?
Oh yeah. We got Subways and we got what was it, Quiznos and
Quiznos, we got that. So Portasubs is from Reno. Another one that's from Reno is Jim Boys. They're starting to pop up all over the place. Jim Boys is good too. You guys like Jim Boys?
Don't have a Jim Boys, but we do got a plenty of Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John? Okay, Jim Boys is better than Jimmy John. Jim Boys is like the worst food you could ever eat for you. It's just this great Mexican, greasy Mexican food.
That means it tastes wonderful.
Oh yeah, and it's got Parmesan cheese. You take the taco and you bite it, and the grease just drips down your arm. You're like, that is good.
Oh man, so good and so bad.
Fucking horrible for you, but it tastes so good. And that's starting to spread around the West Coast. Portasubs, you guys will probably see that here soon, one day. Portasubs, I like Portasubs. Well, here's the thing: Subway used to suck compared to Portasubs. Now Subway is getting better than Portasubs because Portasubs never changed their game. It's always been the same shit.
They didn't up the game with the competition, huh?
They opened up the shit like, our shit's way better than Subway. And then Subway's like, oh, yeah?
Now we're better. Boom, bing, bang, bang, boom.
Yeah, exactly.
So did you see what Video Night's been talking about here in the comments, man?
What always
he wants to be Dog the Bounty Hunter, man.
Dog?
He wants to be a bounty hunter.
A bounty hunter?
Yep.
Well, depends on. Don't be like Dog and go to Mexico and try to arrest some people and then get put in the Mexican prison for 6 months, something like that.
You
You
bitches
have a
didn't.
Popeyes, and Nuka Doob says, "Yeah, I got Popeyes. There's fucking 2 Popeyes in my town, and it's good."
Yeah, I got
But
a couple here outside Chicago here. Yeah.
oh, you guys know what? Okay? Who has In-N-Out? Does anyone have In-N-Out?
Mm,
See, the East Coast stuff is came to the West Coast, right? We don't have a White Castle yet, though. We still don't have a White Castle in the West Coast. But here's the thing: is they changed names from East Coast to West Coast. What's your favorite mayonnaise? Is it Hellman's?
Hellman's. Yep.
Okay, when you come to the West Coast, Hellman's is called Best Foods. You buy Best Foods mayonnaise, and it's the same as Hellman's. You have to look on the back of the bottle. So a lot of the times they'll come over from East Coast to West Coast and change their name.
Yeah, you know what? That's another conspiracy in the grocery stores there, man. You know,
Yeah.
you go to the grocery stores, you know, you got, and I talked about this in an old video, you know, like you got Jiffy peanut butter, you got Peter Pan, right? And then you got
Huh?
like, then you got the store brand, and you'll notice they got like a really cheap label on it, and it looks like it's just cheaper, and of course it costs a lot less. And as it turns out, it's just Jiffy. It's the same place. All they did is put a different label on the jar. So it's like
Right.
Jiffy, but the lower price, and they put a store brand on it.
So here's the thing. You guys might have an In-N-Out over there. You guys might have a fucking Subway over there. Or I mean a Porta Subs over there. It just has a different name. Because I know people who come over here from the East Coast and are like, fuck, man, I wish we had Hellman's mayonnaise over here. Your guys' mayonnaise suck. And it's like, dude, you need to buy Best Foods. And like, damn, dude, this is Hellman's, this is as good as Hellman's mayonnaise. And it's like,
Hmm.
look on the back of the bottle, dude. It says on the East Coast, it's known by Hellman's. That
Yeah,
is good
if I saw
fucking
like something
mayonnaise, dude.
called Best Foods, yeah, if I saw like a Best Foods brand, I would think it's a store brand.
Yeah, exactly. And Best Foods is like the best shit you could buy over here for fucking mayonnaise. That shit is good. All the other mayonnaise, like Cool Whip and shit, fuck that shit.
Uh-oh, and
Well,
Nuka Doob, he's saying that you're weaned up.
I'm weaned. I'm weaned talking about trash food, but you're right. We all eat trash food. You gotta know what trash food to eat on the west side, right? What trash food is your favorite trash food? We know we got McDonald's, we know we got Burger King, we know we got Wendy's. You guys are gonna see Gym Boys come to town one day. You guys are gonna see Porta Subs come to town one day. In-N-Out Burger will come to town one day. You guys don't have an In-N-Out? In-N-Out is straight west side shit.
Yeah, for some reason, In and Out rings a bell, but I think it's someone that was telling me about it that was visiting. We got a place called Takeouts, which is pretty much the same thing.
Does takeouts have a secret menu?
It's a secret to me if they do. Yeah.
Well, see, here's the thing about In-N-Out. There's only two things on the menu. There's a number one and a number two, right?
Hmm.
And it's a burger and a cheeseburger. And it's just a burger stand, right? But they have a secret menu, right? Now, the secret menu, you order stuff. You can get a grilled cheese. You can get what they call animal style. You say, I want this animal. Can you give me a number two animal style? There's all these secret words that makes the number one and the number two different variations of itself, right? So you get a number two. There's all these code fucking words, right, that you use when you order it because you can only get a burger or a cheeseburger, right? And you use these code words that change it to different things. And that's what In-N-Out's about. Like, there's In-N-Out. People are like, I love In-N-Out. And they don't know why they love In-N-Out.
That's Illuminati. See, that's Illuminati all the way around, man. Even the name of the store, that's a secret message, because you know what In and Out is, yeah. And they got the secret menu.
Yeah, the secret menu. And that the animal style is to put Thousand Island on your burger. But there's all kinds of different things. I was actually going to make a video where I go to In-N-Out and I want to order a doggy style. Can I get a doggy style?
How crazy is that?
Just to see what they say. You know how the stupid people go rap at fucking McDonald's. I want a quarter pounder with cheese, and I'm gonna get on my knees. You know what I mean?
Break it down, man. Bust it out.
Well, you know how that is. Like, I don't know. I think we should go to 3:22 today, Bo, because we're sculling Bo today. Since everyone flaked out on the show, we're gonna be sculling Bo today. 3:22. So we'll end the show at 3:22 my time.
Okay.
Wait a minute. Let's see. What have we been? Have we been on for 3 hours and 22 minutes yet?
No, I think it's been 2.5.
2.5. Right, we'll make it 3:22 since we're sculling Bo today. You don't show your face! Fucking retards. I showed my face in so many fucking videos and shit. I'm out there on the internet all over the place saying, yo, this is Silver Guitar. Fuck you guys.
Hey, Skull, I put in In-N-Outs for my town, and look what came up. The FEMA camp.
Oh. Who said that?
I put in In-N-Outs in my town, and it came up a FEMA camp picture. Oh, man.
Yep.
I think you're onto something, man.
They might turn you into a fucking number 1 or number 2 over here in Reno.
Oh, man.
You want the number 1? You want the number 2?
It's not a secret menu. Now you're on the menu.
Oh, yeah. You want that animal style? Or do you want it doggy style?
Oh, man. Church's chicken is so ghetto.
What? Church's chicken? Who's Church's chicken,
Church's
Bill?
chicken. I don't know. It's Bill McFarlane said that.
Bill, you're still online? Bill is an illuminated one. I sent out a thing, right? As my top fans, right? And it gave me an option. Send your top fans. And even if you guys don't like me, even the people who don't like me, you're still my top fans. And I sent out an invite to all you guys. So, you're the illuminated ones. The top people that listen to me.
How ironic is that? You're hating for your biggest fan.
That is ironic. Huh, Nuka-Doob. Hold on, guys. I gotta go get my rice. We're going overtime. We're going last year's Super Bowl time, where my buddy was the quarterback for the Niners, right? You guys all don't know that. You guys thought I was lying, huh, Corey C, when I said I was on ESPN? Ha ha ha! Alright, whatever. I'll be right back, guys. I'm gonna go get myself some food.
Yep, break number 2.
Hello. Hello.
Filming.
All right. No, I have to disagree with what you said before.
Right. That's what Fang would say. Fang would say, no, how come economics and physics are the same?
Physics and economics are the same, but the truth is that the power elite don't want you to realize this. Remember, social science has its origins in the physical sciences. There's a system to society. Economics can be understood through the physical sciences. Now, I'll give you an example, okay? When you went to college, you got some loans. Everybody does now. but you took out some loans for college. You also took out some loans for your home. But what is money? There's an objective definition to it. In the past, it was a commercial yen for gold and silver, etc. That's what gave money its value. Nowadays, after Nixon nixed the gold standard, our money is not backed up by anything. The Federal Reserve just printed out $8.5 trillion quite recently, which has debased our currency considerably. Now think about it. Money is not backed up by anything, and yet it controls you. It compels you. What money is nowadays in physical sciences is a conductor. Paper money is a conductor. Think about it.
Like a train conductor?
No, it conducts
Where you
you.
want to go?
It conducts you to go out to work. It conducts students to go out and get a job.
It's taking me where I want to go.
Mhm.
Where I don't want to go.
Well, the thing is that it compels people to work. It makes them take action. It makes them give off energy. That's what people are. Energy. And what do the power elite want? Energy dominance. They want to control the little batteries we call humans that we print paper out of. We print paper money out of nothing, and give that to them. And what do the people give? The people give their energy. So just like in the movie The Matrix, using that symbolism, people are like batteries. You give them loans, you give them credit, money out of nothing, you get them to do things, you get to control them. $1 out of a loan is $1 of inflation, is $1 extra of economic control. It's $1 extra where they got you by the balls. And you know I'm right, because that's how America works. That's why
Be a professor.
That's why Americans are so happy. They're so happy to get into debt. They're ecstatic when they go to the banks to get another loan, to pay off their credit card debt.
We're good at it too.
They're happy to get into more debt. People willingly go out of their way to get more debt. That's how much power the elites have over the American people. When you can convince people to go out and get more debt to pay off their already existing debt, that's when you have energy dominance. And you can do whatever you want. People have really gone back into a feudal society where they rent themselves and are happy to rent themselves to their lords. And we call this progress, and we call it progress, and we call this a modern civilization. It's not modern, it's regressive.
We're going backwards. I agree with you there.
But we don't realize it. That's how strong the propaganda is. There's two ways to control people. In medieval times, you could beat them over the head with a
People are
club.
realizing it now. That's why we voted Bush. Bush and his buddies out.
Oh, please. I can see the strings.
There will be a big change.
I can see the strings on all politicians because they're all puppets.
The strings are controlled by money.
Indeed. Money and power. That's how it is. It can all be traced down to money and power and dominance. That's the truth. Thanks for listening. You can turn off.
Okay, and I'm back.
You know what's very interesting about what you just played? That guy is so right, but fundamentally, he missed out one very big point.
Yeah?
Right. The big point he missed out is that J.P. Morgan started the gold standard. There was no gold standard before J.P. Morgan.
That's right.
So J.P. Morgan created that all money is gold or silver, right? But he was also the big banks. There's also bitcoins nowadays, right? Well, you only have to mine something to... It's a model after gold and silver. Have you guys noticed that? You can only mine so much, right? As time goes on, it gets harder and harder to gain a bitcoin. You feel me? You feel me?
It's the same, but it's the opposite. Where gold is because gold is a precious metal, then Bitcoin is a nothing. But they try to use the same.
Right. It is absolutely nothing. That's why I think Bitcoins are fucking ludicrous. I've always thought that about Bitcoins. A lot of people made money off Bitcoins. That doesn't mean that Bitcoins should be a standard. The Fed should fucking back them up. You got fucking conspiracy written all over it.
You got to back a fiction by another fiction that's just fake to begin with.
Well, the thing is that Bitcoin is nothing at all. It's nothing at all, but they have used the gold standard to kind of modify itself. You know what I mean?
Yeah, at least with dollar bills, you could take out some pieces of paper with the pyramids on them.
There ain't nothing at all. And you guys remember watching that shit on fucking oh fuck, where did I go? Just trying to lose it, Bo. I'm losing it. We've been live for too long. Fuck it, we're going 3 hours and 22 minutes today because it's Skull and Bow.
3:22.
Yeah.
Yeah, I must destroy all. When I was chatting with him last night, he was telling me that now they updated Google Hangout to where you could broadcast up to 8 hours long on YouTube. That is nuts.
Fuck. Who the fuck is talking for 8 hours? I'm already tired. But I'm going 3:22.
I mean, that's a work day, man.
I've had to take piss break. Food. Yeah, I know. You ain't gonna make $80 on your fucking hangout.
What time are we at now here?
Mm.
We're at 2.
I think we almost got an hour. 2:04. Or is it going at 100? Is it going at minutes? Have we already gone past 3 hours and 22 minutes?
No, on here it shows 2 hours, 36 minutes and counting. Who was that guy just talking outside on the deck of that home? That is Dr. LaPaglia. He's in the pro NWO clique with me. He got real mad because he got testicular cancer, lost one of his testicles. Blames the Illuminati for it. And now he's really that's what he does. He's a real smart guy. I feel bad that happened to him because now he's kind of pro-socialist. He's really been wanting to move to North Korea. I feel bad about him feeling that way because North Korea, I mean, that's kind of like everything worse than what you could possibly have here.
Yes.
At least here it's like it's a secret, but when you go to North Korea, it's
it ain't no secret over there.
Right. It's blatant.
Yeah, do what you're told, motherfucker.
Yeah, you News Gen, let me get that for you. That's actually a part of the video I'm making tonight. Some of the stuff I've been showing on here, like that American Dream cartoon, how I was doing a narration for that. Ooh, Dr. LaPaglia. Sorry, I'm eating supper and bourbon. And, and then I'm going to talk about that thing with the, remember what I was saying, the FM radio, the secret message that you could pass through FM static? I'm going to be talking about that.
That reminds me of Nikola Tesla, dude. About the messages he was sending to space and getting responses that were static responses in Colorado. You guys know about that?
He was getting static responses, as in, I know the one where it was like they sent off the little picture. It was like a picture of a man and a picture of a satellite and stuff like that. And then like 5 years or something later, they got back a similar message, and it was a picture of an alien and a picture of some weird-ass satellite, alien satellite or something.
Maybe this is an encoded static response that Nikola Tesla was getting in 1914, 1912. He just didn't know what response he was getting back, but he said clearly he was sending messages into space and was receiving messages back. So he just didn't know what it was.
He's receiving like a pattern, like you could, like I know there's something in there, but I don't know what it says. But it's not just random static.
Exactly, and that's Tesla is so fucking like people will say like, "Oh, that's a conspiracy. That guy wasn't real. I never heard of that guy. He invented fucking alternating current and shit. That guy's not real." You know what I mean? All of his inventions have been under the name of like White Westinghouse or Thomas Edison, and they get all the credit for his inventions. Although Westinghouse gave him the most credit out of any of his workers, White Westinghouse said that, hey, Tesla is fucking probably the smartest guy I've ever met. Then Edison was very jealous of him and tried to shut him down. And then the banks, this is very interesting. J.P. Morgan shut down Tesla. Now, all the banks shut down Edison, and all of the banks shut down White Westinghouse. They seized their shit because they were able to take out loans on it, give them loans to do projects they were not capable of paying back. So then they were able to seize that company as an asset because that company owed them money within their contractual agreement where they couldn't pay it back in time, and now that company is owned. Edison is owned by so-and-so bank. J.P. Morgan owns Tesla. White Westinghouse is owned by J.P. Morgan. Pretty much J.P. Morgan took over all these companies.
And that's the bad side of the law of contracts, because then you get the signature, and then you get some real assets out of it, ownership of things, and you're going to be backed by the courts. You're going to be backed by the laws. You're going to be backed by the codes.
Right. All three of these guys were competitors at one time and disliked each other immensely at one time. But all three of them will say that they hate the banks. They hate J.P. Morgan. Something to think about. COINTELPRO, right?
Right. Well, by hate I mean, love and,
Right. And I'm only quoting a person who hates the banks. I'm not saying I hate the banks, because really, if we were to get rid of the banks now here as it is right now, we would just be, in a ball of flames, mass chaos going on. I'm just saying the banks assumed their assets and took them over. You know what I mean?
I don't hate banks. I don't have a bank account right now because, one, all the banks in my town, none of them will, I try to say, hey, I don't ever want to overdraft. I want you to just, decline the card if I happen to do that. And they're like, no, we can't do that. I'm like, well, then no. Because that's
really?
what, $30-something dollars? Yeah. They, won't. So I don't want them for that. And then there was a situation where my wife got a job, and she had to drive 100, it was 90-something miles to get out to the interview.
Uh-huh.
So I got my paycheck. I put the money in the bank on Friday. Her job interview was on Saturday. She took the debit card. And when she was out there, she went to get gas and to get lunch, and the card was declined. And she got all mad. She's like, I'm only buying $20 worth of stuff here. We got a lot more than that on there. We just put it in yesterday. So yeah. I go to the bank, and it was Saturday morning, so that it was all half running. I go in there, and I'm like, hey, you guys, what happened to my money? And they're like, oh, do you have your receipt? I'm like, oh shit, she took it with her. It's in her car. So it was this 3-day thing where they just lost the money, and it was a whole paycheck.
I've had that thing happen to me too. When I graduated from high school, all my family I got up to $700 in graduation money, right? This was 10 years ago, right? So all these people were spending giving me graduation shit, right? So I had all this money. I had $700 in my bank account, and now it's graduation day, right? And I went out and I was like, fuck, well, we're gonna go out and eat, we're gonna go buy this, we're gonna go buy that. Then they had drained my $700 in overdraft fees. They used all these overdraft fees and shit. Even though the money was in the account the day before I had went out and done everything, they'd completely drained my account and never given it back. And it was I spent $130, right?
They never
And,
gave it back.
yeah, I never got any of it back. There was actually, they wanted me to owe them more money, and I was like, fuck you guys. And I ended up closing my account, and I was like, you guys took all my graduation money. Fuck you. I made all the people in there feel like pieces of shit. I was like, well, how would you feel if someone just jacked your fucking graduation account? You know, like all your family gave this money to you so you could do something with it, and you spent $100, and you fucking criminals over here jacked it for me, and are trying to charge me more money. So what they did is they zeroed my balance out for me instead of me owing them money. It's like,
Oh, how nice.
fucking pieces of shit. Like I spent $100, I had 700 in there, and you guys are trying to charge me $1,000. You know, because I'm getting gas, right? I'm getting fucking, you know, whatever I need. We're going out to eat. We're going here. We're going there. And it was like $100. And all these overdraft fees every time I've transacted was like $33, right?
Mm-hmm.
And those were small transactions. And then they're trying to tell me, you owe us money. I was like, fuck you guys. I don't know. I mean,
banks to do that too. They'll even if you put the money in at 9 in the morning, they'll try to play it. They'll try to play it off like, well, we don't actually deposit it until 5:30 p.m. So they try to hit you with overdrafts.
Yeah.
And then no one in there is accountable when there's a mistake. There's no one that's like willing to be like, you know what, we made a mistake. Everyone's like, well, they did it and he did it, and this is how this works. That's the policy. No one ever. That's why I don't do banks anymore. I'm willing to pay a couple bucks to cash my check and stuff at the bodega. You know, I trust them more than the banks.
See, the casinos here, dude, are the best place to cash your checks. Now, some of them are different than others, right? You find your casino where they're just going to cash your check for free, and they're going to give you free alcohol for cashing your check there. So,
Hey.
obviously, I go there, right? Then there's other banks that will say, oh, you haven't gambled enough here. You have to have a player's card, and you have to have gambled this certain amount. And it's like, fuck you.
Oh, man.
You got to have a player's card here. The one of them I went to, they said I couldn't cash a check there because I hadn't gambled enough there. And I was like, what the fuck? So I went to the one across the street that gives me free alcohol for cashing a check and doesn't charge me.
Yeah, I'd go there every time, man.
I still do that, but now I'm forced over here. We've got this digital currency push going on. This Bitcoins push. Everyone's so pro Bitcoins and wants digital currency and don't even know they're slitting their own throats.
Jeez, man.
They'll issue me cards that my money goes on from particular jobs. Like, well, I have 3 incomes, right? And you guys can probably figure that one out, right? So I have 3 incomes, 2 jobs, an additional income, which is fucking not shit. A multimillionaire off of. 2 of the incomes want me to have digital currency. They don't want to send me a check anymore. So I've got a card for one, and these are also both like corporations that I work for. There's another corporation that I work for that does give me physical cash checks, and I still go get it, and it's a fucking pain in the ass to get your physical cash check. The other 2 ones will not let me get a physical cash check. It's totally out of the books.
Yeah, I saw a thing in Georgia there where they were trying to make it illegal to use cash at stores, like at little stores. And they're saying it's for crime-related reasons, so that the stores don't have to carry cash in them. They won't get robbed as much because everything's digital.
All right, and that's such a fucking. It's almost like this Google Plus thing where, like, okay, it connects on your phone. All of a sudden, your camera's on your phone or some shit, and fucking like all these people are seeing what's going on. And you don't even know. You know what I mean? And you're broadcasting it on Google Plus.
Right. I'm sure that's happened. You know, Pocket Google Hangout.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All the messages, only particular messages get delivered to me through my phone, which is weird. I can go onto YouTube and retrieve all the messages, Or I can just be there at work and I got my phone fucking blown up off the hook because fucking Google Plus is sending me every fucking, oh, is this person liked you, this person. And it's like,
Jeez.
ding, 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 ding. And it's like, fuck, man. The fuck? Bosses getting mad at you. Why is your phone fucking ringing? You know what I mean?
Like, yeah, going off every minute, it's just a YouTube, someone liked your comment.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I don't have a problem with. I just have to fucking figure out how to, I just, actually, really, I just keep my phone away from, I keep it out of my pocket. That's
You ever,
you got, Bo.
you ever have ghost pains? Like, it feels like your phone's in your pocket vibrating and your phone ain't even in there?
No shit. Yeah, I have had that.
A lot of people say they have that, and it's like their phone ain't even in their pocket. They feel like they're vibrating. They can swear to God that it feels like the phone's vibrating. Weird ghost pains, man. The ghost in the machine got into you.
Well, that's why I'm disappointed Tom didn't accept the thing, because Tom's missing a limb, and he'll be able to tell you that sometimes that part of, like, you know, he's missing his arm on one side,
Right.
and he can't, it sometimes, that's butt. Sometimes he can't itch his hand or whatever, right? Because it's not there, but it still feels like it's itching.
Still got an itch. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's fucking creepy. I'm not saying Tom is creepy. I'm saying that's creepy that happens. There's these fucking your fucking pocket feels like you're getting a message. You go reach in your pocket, there's nothing there. You got a quarter or something.
Yeah, what is it? Is it a muscle spasm in your leg right where your phone sits? I mean, what?
It very well could be, too, because I did do that video off an old phone booklet that I had where it was talking about, oh, hey, this shit will probably kill you, but you don't have to worry about it. Don't worry about it because no tests have been performed. So it's like, we're just not going to test it, even though there's enough knowledge to test this. And you're probably going to get cancer. Have you guys noticed that? People getting fucking cancer lately? NWO Remedy got cancer, skin cancer. I know 2 chicks who've gotten breast cancer. Just like very short period of time. Actually, not 2, 3 chicks got breast cancer. 1 dude got skin cancer. Lots of cancer going on right now.
Man.
You chicks, do not put your cell phone in your bra. Don't do it. You get breast cancer.
Yeah, when I used to work for the cell phone company doing tech support, there was these standards that the government sent for how much radiation's allowed for the cell phone to emit. So yeah, all cell phones emit radiation.
Right. People don't believe this, and it's microwave radiation too.
Yes.
You know, I used to say don't stand near the microwave when you're cooking shit, because you know, you could cook yourself, which makes sense. Same thing goes for cell phones. They want you to. Well, what's weird about that is they want you to put your cell phone in your pocket and have a blue tube on your head, which affects the most affected parts, which is your testes can get.
Mm-hmm.
Testes would be one of the spots, and then your brain, which makes me feel weird too when I wear fucking headphones here on YouTube too. So I want to convert to just a condenser mic.
Money is really only for the slave class anyway, for the motivation. Aluminum lined carry case, maybe?
I don't know about all that stuff. Aluminum is bad for you too. I know Jordan says that he's going to become a reptile for drinking aluminum and Dr. Pepper and Monster, but and then he passed all his math tests smoking weed out of an aluminum foil fucking pipe. But aluminum's bad for you. That gives you Alzheimer's.
Yes. But they do say that, aluminum casing, they could stop an EMP too.
Is it aluminum?
I don't know.
I know lead can too, and lead's fucking really bad for you too.
So fuck it. I guess electricity itself is just bad for you.
Yeah, what time are we at right now, Bo? Are we coming up on 12? Are we going to 4 hours? Are you sure we're not fucking 4 hours?
Well, click on the line on the thing here that says skip ahead to live broadcast. Right now it's saying 2:54. 2 hours 54 seconds.
Or is it 200? And I don't know. Because we started at noon, right? We started at noon. So noon 1 would be 1 hour, 2. Okay,
Yeah, now it's almost 3 o'clock.
So it's almost 3. We're going to go another 24 minutes, and we're going to click it off at exactly 3:22, so it can be a conspiracy. So George Bush did it, right? It wasn't our fault.
Yeah, so we can do the numerology, right?
Yeah, numerology. We're going to plan it out just for you guys. Skull and Bow, 3:22.
Looks like Anuka Doob's coming out with some numerology here. 7-Eleven is the potato, and 7-Eleven is the potato.
Potato.
Potato?
You say potato, I say potato, Anuka Doob. Does the church pray to Gutu? Gutu. I like Gutu. I like Jordan, right? I just don't like how, like, I would try to support him and he would just talk shit about me. It's like, fuck, man, I'm thumbsing up and favoriting your video, sharing your videos, getting your videos out there. Then, oh, I'm the bad guy, right? And then all of a sudden he wants to join all the bad guys' sides, right? In his vision, right? His vision is that I hate the Freemasons, I hate black people. Yeah, I'm not saying I hate black people. I'm saying in his original vision thing is that I hate these fucking reptile black people. Then now he's saying, you fucking Neanderthal white people, I'm black, but not really because I'm trapped in this hole, and I'm fucking, it's like, what the fuck are you talking? I'm a Freemason, I'm 33 degrees. And it's like, no, you're not. You just bought that hat off eBay, dude.
Yeah, he's ass backwards, because, you know, if you go on there and say nice stuff to him, that's what he'll do. He'll, like, mention you in the video and then talk mad crap about you. And every time I go in there, I've never said nothing nice to him. And, like, he always never says anything about me. And sometimes he'll respond like I hurt his feelings.
I've sent him a lot of information. And, like, for one, you need to eat some meat, dude. You need to eat some meat, bro, because you look like you're gonna die. So fucking eat some fucking red meat real quick. And then he makes a video, it's a conspiracy of reptiles. They don't want me to eat fucking red meat, and I ate red meat, and my vibration's the highest as it is. After I tell him, fucking go eat a steak or some fucking prime rib or something, motherfucker, and goes out and does it. I'm not proud of myself, but I ate myself some red meat today.
Right.
Because I'm a Neanderthal. And I understand the Neanderthal part of it. Like, well, okay, the, European descent people have more Neanderthal in them, right? And then then they probably would need to eat more meat, right? Because Neanderthals had a high, needed to eat a lot of meat, right? Mm-hmm. Then there's like the African descent people who could eat more off the land, have more of a paleo diet, and not get sick. So I'm not picking sides. I'm not saying fucking black people are reptiles and white people are Neanderthals or in this, that. But I'm just going along with what he's saying, and I'm not a racist. I'm not an anti-Semite. I'm just showing opinions of other people and trying to make sense out of them, so you guys can get over yourselves.
But Jordan will do that. I mean, one minute he's saying that he's all anti-black, anti-Freemason. Then he turns around and talk about this is what he's going to do to join the Freemasons, and this is how he's going to make himself become black. It's like, what?
Yeah, he's going to get a blood transfusion to be a black person now, even though he's a white guy who hates black people? What? That's all I'm trying to say. Like, I'm not trying to pander to anything. It's just like, dude, pick the side that you're on, because this running back and forth thing, and I can obviously tell now that you've gotten into, like, there was some Masons that were interested in you, and then you've gotten to the point that you have to start to make up a story, like what we've been talking about on our YouTube channel here, that there's some people who are acting and some people who are not. You feel me?
He does MK Ultra to himself.
Yeah, he MK Ultras himself. And, there's no esoteric knowledge in drinking your pee and eating menstrual blood, dude. You're missing the point. The menstrual blood, that menstrual blood, right, is they're having periods, they can spread the control, right? If a lady can have a baby and indoctrinate them into something, they can spread the control. That's where the menstrual blood stuff comes from, right? And drinking your pee,
And I drink the menstrual blood.
It's not eating it.
And when I drink my pee.
And these fucking Freemasons are just laughing at him, dude.
And I reach to 360 degrees.
Funny. Come on, man. It's easier.
And I'm a security guard.
There's people in the walls at my work. Ghosts. I was taking a piss in the bathroom and a flying saucer almost hit me in the head.
When a light blown out in the kitchen, I saw a blue aura. And in that blue aura, I saw me 20 years in the future.
I'm probably going to have to resub to Jordan.
Yeah, we're just poking fun at you.
Those videos are very entertaining. Yeah. Come on, man. Come on the show and explain. I would love to have you on the show. I won't be an asshole. I won't be anything. I'll just let you do your thing. We'll ask you questions. We'll go over what you want to talk about on here, and we'll just spread your opinion. And that way, fucking you can have it your way, like Burger King, right? Not McDonald's, not In-N-Out. Not doggy style, but animal style, right?
Have it your way.
I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna
Have
go
it
to
Gundam style if that's what you want.
Yeah, Gangnam style. I'm gonna go to In-N-Out and I'm gonna say, "Can I get a number 2 doggy style?" And see what they say. I wonder if they get that a lot.
Oh, that sounds so wrong, because number
And
2
it's
doggy.
sloppy too. It's sloppy when you get it animal style. It's like sloppy Thousand Island all over your sandwich. Can I get that doggy style? Oh, too much. That could be homophobic, these people out here.
Yep, you might be crossing.
I'm leaving the hangout right now. I'm hanging up. No.
Might be crossing that line into hate speech, man.
Yeah, I know. Could be talking about, like, ducks. What is it? Conspiracy ducks? They should call it. Duck hunters hate gays. Duck hunters hate gays because they're not gay.
Jeez.
Fucking homophobes. Actually, you guys should actually do that. Next time you see someone going out, I'm going out to hunt some duck. Tell them, you fucking homophobe.
Just for saying you're hunting ducks.
Yeah. Only homophobes hunt ducks. It is total mind control, Anuka Doob. Total mind control. Only homophobes hunt ducks. Does Anuka Doob hunt ducks? Are you a duck hunter? I remember that was one of the first games I played when I was a little kid on Nintendo, was Mario, Duck Hunter, and that track game where you had the pad, the power pad, that you laid out on the ground and you stomped your feet on it.
Right.
And you had the gun for Duck Hunter, and then you had Mario, all in one game.
Yeah, it was all 3 together. Yep.
That shit was badass.
I remember Atari, after Nintendo started getting big with Duck Hunt and Mario, Atari came out with the Atari 7600. And they made this commercial that was just totally misleading. They were like, Nintendo has Duck Hunt, but we got Bug Hunt. And it was like the graphics were all crappy and the aiming didn't work on their little gun they had. They were trying to outdo Nintendo with like this real crappy Atari system.
And you know what's weird is Nintendo bought out Atari eventually. And then, do you remember the Atari Jaguar, which is most of the stuff that Nintendo's doing right now?
Right.
Like the Jaguar, you could play on the Jaguar, and it had the game system in the controller. You guys remember that? Or was it the Dreamcast? It was the Atari Dreamcast, and they had the Atari Jaguar. Atari just fell apart, but Atari had a lot of good shit. Just wasn't up to it. And Sony was the sound people for Nintendo, and they broke apart and made PlayStation. So Nintendo assumed Atari. Well, Nintendo split in half and created PlayStation and Nintendo. So that was a cool fucking movie I watched.
Yeah, for the longest time it was always Nintendo versus Sega. And then Nintendo bought Sega, and then Nintendo became number 3, and now it's PlayStation versus Xbox. It's been that way for like a decade now.
Yeah, and there was, because Nintendo kind of fell off. It's more like the little kid version or whatever, of gaming now.
Right.
Am I wrong or right? But, like, the more adult system is Atari, or I mean, they have the most, like, rated mature games. You know what I mean? Is Xbox and PlayStation. And Nintendo still is, like, on, like, the more kid games. The under 18 games.
And all Nintendo's really been doing is they're just rehashing all the same old characters they've had for 40 years. Redoing Donkey Kong, redoing Mario, redoing Kirby, all the same old characters. And there's nothing wrong with that. I mean, I kind of like the idea that parents that played those games and now have kids that can play along the same kind of games. That's a good thing, but it's lazy at the same time because you need to develop some new characters. It's been like half a century, man.
Yeah, and the Nintendo thing, whoever Nintendo was in Japan, this guy Nintendo, he used to have dreams, and his dreams were of fucking Donkey Kong and Mario and Mario 2. You remember Mario 2, which was highly unpopular? That it's really dream state of Mario, an actual dream he had, and he based Mario 2 off a real dream that he had. That was an interesting documentary. I can't remember the name of it though, but how Atari came together with Nintendo, and then Nintendo split apart and created fucking PlayStation and Nintendo, and then now you have Bill Gates with his Xbox. I don't know.
Well, Mario 2, it was actually a different game. Because, they had Mario 1, then they came out with, in Japan, they had a Mario 2 that was Mario 1 with, like, harder levels. It was the exact same game as Mario 1, but just with harder levels. And in Japan, they decided this Mario 2 game, those kids in the United States are too stupid to play this game. It's going to be too hard for them. So they made that other Mario 2 where you got, like, the Dream World one where you're picking up the grass and all that.
Oh, my favorite still to this day is Mario 3. A lot of people say Super Mario World's the best. Mario 3 is the best, in my opinion.
I like them both, but with what I like about Mario 3 more, because I'm with you, Mario 3 is more cool. Mario World is more, like, cutesy. And then Mario 3 is, like, a little bit more edgy.
Mario 3 was cool, dude, and there's secret shit that people don't know about, like the one the squirrel outfit where you wear, it's like the raccoon outfit, but you can fly, like with the raccoon outfit, but the squirrel outfit, you can turn into a statue, and people don't know you can turn into a statue with the squirrel outfit. Like you press down and hold a button or something like that.
Yeah, Tanuki suit or something.
Yeah.
You got a Windows computer, yeah?
Yeah. I don't have Apple, but I mean, there's nothing wrong with Apple either. Like their editing software is a lot better than this, but there's a lot of additions on the new Microsoft stuff.
Well, the reason I asked you if you had Windows, what you want to do is you want to look up a game called Super Mario Brothers X. It was written for Windows, and what they did, it's a homebrew game, but it's a huge game, and it's got 100 different levels. It's got a 2-player option where you're doing like a war, where 2 players could go against each other. And it's just crazy. You go on levels that are Metroid levels. There's Mega Man levels. You could be Link and play Mario levels. It's called Super Mario Brothers X.
No shit.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's free too.
Well, okay, that's cool. So there's probably been a merger between Nintendo and Xbox too, then, that we don't even know about. It has to be.
Yeah.
If it's a Windows Mario game. But I remember Windows back in the day, when I was a little kid, there's a Mario game on typing, and the faster you typed, it would create with like the fewest amount of errors. You could, you're controlling Mario, so like it'll shoot you some text, right? And you gotta type it as fast as you can, and then there's a time limit on when you can finish the level, and it's a Microsoft Mario game or a Microsoft Nintendo game that we used to have when we were kids in school, to where like it would increase your typing skill.
Right.
Do you remember that or no?
I do remember a game like that, and it wasn't like you had to type it in, and then he jumps over the hole, and then you got to type more,
Yeah.
and then he runs a little further, and if you missed, then the Goomba gets you or something.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
I don't know. Yeah, I think Nintendo bought Mario out because they were on Atari before. Mario and Donkey Kong. They weren't Nintendo
Right.
originally.
Exactly.
They bought
probably-
that trademark.
I wonder if fucking Nintendo was working for Atari or something like that. Atari, yeah, and they had Burger Time. Remember Burger Time?
Yeah, yeah.
Boxer. You remember Boxer? Where you're like working in a warehouse and you're stuck inside the warehouse and you had to unbox yourself out of all these fucking boxes and shit.
Yes. Atari was a lot of
Yeah.
white guys, a lot of Caucasians, and Nintendo was Japanese, a lot of Japanese guys. And then
Right.
the NES came out and just blew everything away, man, because the Japanese killed the white guys on that. Because in the 80s, there was almost a crash in the gaming industry, because with Atari 2600, they just had thousands and thousands of games that sucked. And then they started getting they started pushing computers, right? Like Commodore and the old Apple IIs. They started pushing computers as video game systems too. But people in America, they didn't like having to load from disk and wait like 2 minutes for the game to load, that kind of thing. So the whole industry was crashing. People weren't buying new games. They weren't buying the computers. They weren't buying the systems. And then Nintendo came out and just brought the whole thing back to life. Like, man.
Yeah, you remember DOS, like when everything ran off DOS and you had to code it? I know you know about this. I remember having this fucking like 3.5 page long sheet of paper that came with my fucking Frogger game on my fucking DOS computer, where you'd have to type in all this coding, like 3.5 pages of fucking coding to get Frogger to work. And if you missed like an asterisk or if you missed a space somewhere, it wouldn't work.
Yeah, the whole thing will freeze, and you gotta reboot and start over.
God, that sucked. I remember playing Frogger like 4 or 5 times after owning the game and having to type in the coding. For years had this game and could never play it because fucking it ran off DOS. That was the cool thing about Windows, is you could just click it there and it would fucking do all the coding for you. You know what I mean? And then it would play.
And type-in games were good because, you used to buy a computer, and the computer was just that. It plugs into your television like how an Xbox does now. The computer just plugs right into your TV. So if you want a disk drive, you got to pay extra. So if you had no disk drive, all you could do is you had to have that sheet of paper and type in everything in to do anything. Because otherwise it just had a blinking square, you know what I mean?
Did you guys ever watch that shit here on YouTube where they've got all the fucking Nintendo and Sega characters and shit like that? Like they're doing Sonic now, and what was Sonic's buddy, the second player character on Sonic?
Tails.
Tails, right?
Yeah.
Sonic's like a crackhead in It's on one of these things. Sonic's got all famous and started smoking crack and stuff like that, and then Tails took over, and Tails didn't like him. Have you seen that? And then they got Mega Man. They have a Mega Man show, uh, and like Mega Man, he's a robot and he beats Dr. Wily and stuff, or Dr. Willy or whatever. You guys haven't seen that? And they have Battletoads in it. They're fucking hella racist about Battletoads and they're black guys.
What's it called?
Fuck, it's on shit. They're the same ones who do Morty Kombat. Morty Kombat, where it's a Jewish guy who goes into Mortal Kombat, and he's Morty Kombat. He's this Jewish accountant that's fucking he fights all the Mortal Kombat characters and shit. It's called Morty Kombat.
I got some here, Happy Hour. Maybe that's it.
Happy Hour, yeah, it's Happy Hour. Happy Hour does all that stuff. That shit is fucking funny, dude, because it's all the games I played when I was growing up, and it's just like a spoof on all of them, and it's funny. And I don't know how they use the same old character things, like the old Mega Man guy and shit, and they use the old Sonic, and they used the old Battletoads guys. I loved Battletoads. You guys remember Battletoads?
That's one of the hardest games, but it had awesome graphics on a Nintendo. I remember that.
It was fucking cool. I loved that one. There was a few games too, like Rescue Rangers. It was like based off of Disney shit, and that game was fucking hella fun. Little Nemo. Do you remember Little Nemo?
Little Nemo?
Yeah.
The fish one?
Where you're running around in a dream world? You are?
Oh, yeah. Little Nemo,
You're running
yeah.
around
It's
in a dream world, like you hop in your bed and fall asleep, and it's the beginning of the level, and it's this little kid dreaming. So he's running around this dream world, and then he sees the lizard. And the lizard's trying to eat you, and then you throw him candy, and then you like coo the lizard, and you're able to hop on top of the lizard and control him and eat the other people and crawl up walls and stuff. Do you remember that?
I remember one that's like that. Solomon's Key was kind of like that a little bit. Not that crazy though.
Yeah, Little Nemo was cool, and no one remembers Little Nemo. And there's like Little Nemo turned into something else. Can't remember right now, particularly what game that turned into. Little Nemo was fucking cool. And Mega Man 3, I loved Mega Man 3 too. That was my favorite. And Mario 3. A lot of people got into Mega Man X, but Mega Man 3 was still my favorite.
Yeah, the game I'm making now for Commodore 64, the Cold Devil. That one's I'm copying the Mega Man engine, like the way the jumping works and stuff. I'm copying that kind of style.
Yeah, that's cool. I like the Mega Man thing. Oh, How It's Played. Have you guys watched How It's Played? How It's Played. You guys haven't watched that? Bo, have I lost you? Oh no, we're coming up on 3 minutes and 22 seconds. Let me see here. How long have we been on? Let me refresh this.
Oh no.
Are you there?
I'm still here.
How long have we been on? Is it all? It's almost at 3 minutes 22 seconds, right?
3:17, I think. Yeah.
All right. So How It's Played is like the reality of video games, and like that shit's cool. Like it's Mega Man, or why are robots in Mega Man explode when they hit spikes, and it goes over that shit. And virus like zombies and the T-virus, and then what's the other one? Fucking that cracked me up is the Hadouken, the history of the Hadouken or whatever.
Oh yeah, and it's all kind of perverted and nasty and goofy reasons. Yeah.
Yeah, like and the Hadouken, it feels like you stubbed all fucking 10 toes and jumped in a hot shower at the same time. And that's what a Hadouken feels like. Oh, that shit's funny. That's some good shit. How It's Played and the fucking whatever thing. The whatever thing.
Ba-dum-bum-bum.
I like my fucking little effects. We made it to 322. Now we're getting people dropping off right now. We're making it to 322. Skull and Bow make it to 322. We are enlightened. This is the enlightenment, guys.
Yeah, this is long, man. Long illumination.
Yeah, it's starting to die down now. I have nothing else to talk about. This is hard making it to 322. Shit. God damn. How long? We've got like 5 minutes left.
Let's see here. I got something somewhere. See if I can find something that could go for like 5 minutes. Fuck.
Oh, fuck. This is hard. No wonder the Skull and Bones did what they did. This is hard work.
Oh yeah, I know what I was going to do here.
Someone's at the door. My dog's all looking around. Well, hey, Kinkle. You made it on the show today.
Interview the Morning Mayan and talking shit about me earlier in a video. I guess I don't really want to say, I don't want to really give them any props or anything, but I guess they were saying, from what you told me, I didn't watch the video yet, but from what you told me, they were saying I'm a hypocrite because I was giving G for T softball questions.
Oh,
And,
softball questions.
I was excited to interview the Morning Mayan, and I don't really think I'm a hypocrite, considering the fact that even if you go to my YouTube channel, you'll see that I featured Corey C's, which I really shouldn't even be saying his name because I really don't want to give him any props because, I mean, the dude talks negative about me all the time, and I don't know why he hates me so much. It's like I don't even really want to go into it, but the thing is I've even featured him in cartoons and stuff. Props of giving the New York Critic props, put him in cartoons, and then I've had it to where.
Are you still there? You're still there. Fuck. Are we at 322 yet? Bo Gorin. Are you there? Are you there, Alan Watts? Hello? Whoo. Hello?
Now can you hear me? Hello?
Oh, I can hear you now. Are we at 322?
Okay. Yeah, we're done. 322,
Okay.
38.
Catch you guys later. We're going to try to have King Cole back on next week and everybody. Catch you guys later, 322.